5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bonifay Banter Podcast.
All right, guys. Episode 28, and this was going to be great tonight. We got the wild man from Canada, Chad Sharpe, in the studio right now. Hands down, one of the gnarliest motherfuckers that ever strap into some wakeboard boots, dude. I'll give you that.
Thanks for having me, man. Really pumped to be here.
And we also got Erik Ruck sitting to my right now, a little to help the banter along.
I'm just happy to be here to watch this go down.
What number sidekick is this now, Ruck? For you? Is this 4? Is this 3 or 4? I know you did Danny. You did Dano. I think you did another one.
Yeah, we did the Christmas.
Yeah,
you know,
now number 4.
The marathon collab.
Yeah.
That one was fun.
That one was fun. But yes, this is awesome to get this guy into the room.
Well, that's what I was saying, dude. Chad, like you're like the most elusive person to get on a podcast, dude. You're highly wanted out there, and I've been hitting up Chad for quite some time now. Like, Chad, come on, you gotta go, you gotta come. You're elusive. You're hard to get a hold to. But ladies and gentlemen, we locked him down here today. People are psyched.
Yeah, it's I did one with Ruck a couple years ago, kind of more shorter form, but we live right up the street now, and
You just moved out here, huh?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 months ago, give or take.
And you lived in the hood, which is where Shane and Ruck live.
Yep.
Big old group down there. But you just moved out to Claremont.
Yep. Got the kids. They're grown up. They need a place to ride bikes and all that stuff. So we found a great neighborhood here in Claremont. Great community out here. I've been loving it ever since.
Love it, man. Yeah, when I said Chad's the gnarliest dude to strap in boots, I wasn't lying, dude. You've done arguably the largest double up of all time. And Shane was just watching something in here when we were setting up, and it was an interview with Watson. It was like anytime like someone just like contemplating who should hit this thing, Chad just like without a doubt just throws his board down, gets in his boots, and just grabs the damn handle, dude.
Yeah,
that was the most fun part back then. We're like, all right, we just spent all this time building this and money on building it. Let's go. Let's hit this thing.
And it was like when you're building it, it's taking a while, and it's like you have the vision, but you haven't seen it done yet. And then you're building, and it takes a while. Then you get it done, and it is like it's excitement and nerves where you're like,
oh yeah,
I don't know, we might get broke off doing this.
What
thing.
speed should we hit this thing at?
Yeah, and back then, there's no certain speed. You're like trying, you know what I mean? Like I remember even when we built the real big one at Danny's house, like the huge one.
Oh yeah.
That one was crazy because you're going up and we didn't know how fast to go. So it's like you need to when you're going fast or like at normal speed and you're going up 20 feet, it speeds you up on the rail, and now you're getting pulled down and out the front and stuff. Like all of that comes into play whenever you're like, okay, we just built something. Let's try.
Do you like scaring yourself?
I don't know if it was scaring.
Like the extra?
I think it was more just excitement of like, we'd spend all this time. Let's get it done. Let's get the clips. And it's always fun doing it, especially like when it's big. Hopefully you don't get hurt on it. But
I don't know about you guys, but I always felt a little bit more at ease or a little better about things is when like you're saying, we finished up a Gnarly rail and we're all looking at it, and Chad puts his hand up, and we're all like thinking who's gonna go, and Chad's like suiting up, booting up. I'm just like, Chad's got it. We'll watch this one.
He made it. He fucking barely made it.
Well, the thing too was we'd start them at obviously higher speeds than so you're half the time you're airing almost over the whole thing, just trying to find the right speed to get to it.
When in doubt, throw it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you want to go long rather than come up short for the most part.
Well, like you were the first one, not the first because Kyle Schmidt was the first one to hit the U-Haul gap, but after Kyle got hurt, because we didn't really know how fast to go on that one, Kyle ended up aired almost over the whole entire thing. Yeah. I don't think they got it on film.
No, they do.
Oh, they did?
They did have it. But he like skips out and then lands all the way down.
But so after that, like that's a big one to like stare in the face after someone just got completely broke off on it. Now you're up.
Yeah, to me, the scary part of that rail wasn't the down. It was getting up on top of it.
Yeah.
Like that up rail was so long and so janky.
And you're just staring at a U-Haul truck in the face. You're like, okay, here we go. And there's like, most of the time the rail is only, 6 to 9 inches wide, whereas this one is, 9 foot wide because there's a U-Haul right behind it that you're like, you can't just slip out going up. is easy.
And the crazy thing too is all these rails that you were, the test
Or guinea pig.
the pointless guinea pig for. I mean, all those rails, majority of the time, were all like gaps and like something that generally had a consequence. So like you going first, you're figuring out the speed, you're figuring out the line, you're figuring out how much you had to pop off something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Cheers to Chad on that one. Like seriously, you made it a lot easier on a lot. It was a lot of real easy for anyone to just go. I want a 270 this thing now.
Exactly.
I knew there was a reason you kept me around.
There's the one, the big one from Pointless, the kicker to the A-frame that he does out at OW. But what I love about it is Chad hits it and it looks like whatever, and then Harrington's out there,
my
I think,
goodness.
helping you film, and Harrington's like, that looked easy. I'll give it a go.
Explain
And
what
this
this-
is before
He just
Harrington's
loops out
good
on it.
and loops out. Goes
Explain
over
how
his-
big this is. Like what it is. Like
It was so we actually stole all the stuff. We didn't get permission to do it. So there was I can't remember if it was a Pro Tour
They
or
were setting up for the Pro
Triple
Tour,
Crown
yeah.
or whatever. And it was the first year of this big A-frame, but they hadn't made it smaller yet. So it was, I don't know, like 12, 15 feet high.
They
to
did
the-
chop
to-
it down after.
to the flat bar. And we grabbed their kicker and kind of just dropped some cinder block anchors. And hey, Mike, can we borrow the ski boat? And we just started hitting that kicker and trying to make the gap all the way onto that rail. And it was fun. It worked out, but there were some hard crashes because we were going like almost 30 miles an hour. So even when you like would just bail out to the side, it was like a punch in the gut.
And this isn't a time when like no one was really. There hasn't been a lot of like big kickers to like just big obstacles, like
Big
gapping,
open
to, like,
gaps is-
going
yeah.
35, 40 feet and like landing on something solid. Like there really hasn't been too many. This
No,
is kind of like
we didn't do a lot of like closeouts and like, I mean,
is
if there
probably
was a
99,
gap, you would have like a little gap, but you weren't worried
Yeah.
about not making that gap. That one was like crazy. I think the kicker was, 30, 40 feet in front of the A-frame or the slaughter boxes. I think what they
Yeah.
call
I
it.
hated that
But-
they called it that.
I know.
But that's another point too, Parks. You make a good point on that. Is that like what Chad was doing? It wasn't necessarily like, just the first time someone was hitting a rail. It was the first time someone was hitting that kind of rail ever.
Yeah.
Like
I remember
it just hasn't been done before. You know what I mean? Like that style gap. So it wasn't like, oh, I've seen some guys do it. I think we could do it. It was like, no one's actually ever done this before.
I remember I forget if it was Grubby or whoever told me the shot, what you did. And I imagined it so much smaller. And then I saw the footage and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like that is a huge gap.
Colin almost
And-
got broke off too.
I mean, it's also Chad.
Collins was scary, man.
Yeah, Chad is also the one that did the big gap at our house where Danny got ruined on the it wasn't
Running with
boombox,
scissors.
running with scissors or metronome, whatever. But they were doing this, and Danny and Chad were hitting it a few times before Danny got broke off. But that was them literally taking an up ramp to a long flat bar and going, okay, let's get it another 5.
Yeah, the OWC one, you know who had actually a pretty big part in like keep moving it out, making it bigger, was Ferraro, just egging it on. Hey, I think you could do it bigger.
That's not big
I
enough.
Hey, he's an elusive guy trying to get him on this podcast too.
We'll try our best to get him on. Mike Ferraro.
I think my wife just told me this today. I think we're on the same cruise next week.
No way.
Like, just-
really? You and Mike Ferraro?
Yeah,
Like,
just coincidentally that they're on the same cruise we're
Going on a cruise, I like
where
it.
are you going?
That's a great question.
That's
Hey, I have a
great
question.
answer.
Chad, here's something I need you to report back to me on. Will Mike take his socks off on the cruise? Dude can be in a wakeboard boat all day long, hot as shit, socks on.
Even if they're wet?
Seriously, it's crazy.
That is an odd one.
And this is not a knock or anything. He will stand right in the middle walkway the entire day. Just take a load off. Just come sit down. There's seats. Like it's a 25-foot boat. You got plenty of space to sit.
Do you think anyone spent more time in a ski boat than Ferraro?
He spent a lot of time in a ski boat. A lot of time.
A lot of time on the wakeboard boat with all the women riders coming up after that.
He coached so many people.
Oh yeah,
You really did.
He coached you much?
yeah, a bit. When I was living in West Palm, and then when I first moved to Orlando, he was still coaching for Hyperlight, and so we could go to OW whenever we wanted and go take sets if you're working on something. So yeah, quite a
Besides
bit.
coaching you into that fucking gap.
Hey, he at least got us access.
Hey, probably somebody with the second next that's gonna maybe lead up to that would maybe be with Travis Moy.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
He's getting there.
Timo spent some time in a boat, that's for sure.
Mike's got some years on him though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
definitely
true.
does.
Decades.
I think
Decades.
Mike coached Travis for years and years and years.
He
when
did,
was
yeah.
growing up.
Damn.
Coached everyone. Dallas, Darren, Friday.
Darren Friday?
Darren Friday. No.
Not me, man. Just
Tara.
straight Scott Hussey right here, baby.
Yeah,
straight
straight up
Scott
Scott
Hussey.
Hussey.
He taught Tara too, right? Tara.
Oh yeah, that was all.
Yeah.
Like West Palms days. West
Yeah.
Palm days. It was Jeremy, Jeff, Tara.
Watson was probably out there a
Froggy.
little bit.
I don't know. Watson didn't
Might
come out to
have
Okeechobee very often.
Yeah.
I'd go ride with him on Osborne from time to time.
Who taught you how to like kind of ride? Like, because you're obviously you're from Canada. Where are you from? Like, give us a little chat, a
Just
little backstory.
south of Vancouver, Langley, kind of where the Pro Tour used to be in Abbotsford. And we had a summer place in Washington State, Lake Samish. It's like 30 minutes from the border, so it was easy for us to get back and forth. And grew up, my dad, best thing that ever happened, we had like a 16-foot outboard, got stolen. Got a Malibu after that.
What a
And-
come up.
Yeah, so, but Jeff here, like his family had a place on the lake. I'd see him ride whenever he was in town. So kind of 3-event water skied and then got on a wakeboard, never really did anything else and kind of learned some inverts and stuff there. But at the time, remember Mike McComb?
Yeah.
He had a whole tour throughout BC. So I got immersed in that tour, riding all these like junior like tours, riding an intermediate division, and just met tons of people there and started riding with them on a consistent, met people in Vancouver to ride with, and then just kind of went from there.
And did Jeff coach you a lot? Like when you're,
He coached me.
or is he just your mentor?
No. So when
Scary
I was like
mentor.
17, 18, I hadn't really ridden with Jeff a lot because I hadn't been to Florida yet, and he didn't really come back up to Canada very often. But then my first trip down, I think I was 17, turned 18, I came down for Junior Worlds, and he let me stay with him in West Palm. So I stayed with him for 2 weeks, and he coached me there and got to ride. And then when the next winter came around, like, so that was Worlds was always, back then it was like October. So then February came around and he was in town. So I called him up and we like hung out one day and he's like, I'm driving back to Florida tomorrow. It's like February 1st. I'm like, can I come? And he's like, did you ask your parents? I'm like, they'll be fine. So like, hey, we're leaving for Florida in 2 days. Went down with him, Salt Lake Boat Show. That was kind of a mess. And then,
Sound like boat show, a little stop through with Jeff here.
and then ended up down here in Florida in West Palm and like pretty much rode with him consistently for years, like probably 17, 18, 19. And then I moved to Orlando when we all started riding together. But I was like remember I was coming to visit you guys when I was like 17, 18. I'd take the train up, come hang out for a few days, take the train back.
Yeah.
Those are those early years of coming down with Jeff though. That's like primetime Jeff here too. That's like
Oh, yeah.
solid. Like
Mob
Jeff,
5s,
Mob
Crowfoot
5.
Lake.
Like Jeff could ride.
Who could do a Mob 5? Who?
Right.
You know what I also loved is Jeff was like one of the first people to have a sequence of a wake skating
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
magazine on a
Yeah.
hyperlight wake skate. He did like
Doing
a
a
frontside
180,
180.
yeah.
And I remember being like, that's crazy.
Barefooted.
Remember
Barefooted.
the big black foam top pads
Yeah.
that were on that? They were like this tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was solid.
It was like what,
Loved
like
it.
a juvie or a
Yeah, it was like a little juvie with foam on it. That's solid.
Was that called like freshwater treads or something?
yeah,
like
freshwater
that?
traction.
Traction. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about those.
Who would have thought that in the early stages of wake, Jeff's stock would have been so high at wake skating back in the day. Did you snowboard much before you wakeboarded?
I did. All winter long would be snow. All summer long, like pretty much starting in the spring. Once we could start wearing like dry suits or heavy wetsuits, we'd be down at Samish after school and all. Like it was only 30 minutes. My dad was a mailman, so he'd be done by like before I got off school. He'd pick me up from school and we'd go down after school most days.
So you're the mailman's kid.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's solid.
But then all winter long, we just Seymour, 45 minutes away. On the weekends, the parents would take us to Whistler or Baker. So it was just back and forth snow, and started competing in snow a little bit. Had a few sponsors, but nothing.
You
I-
read,
I was-
was that what? Go say it.
Oh, it was nothing like wakeboarding. Like wakeboarding, I was like really,
But you were out there doing it like when the Wildcats were like blowing up.
yeah, I was a big fan of those guys, and like that's where I tried to get my style from, and run into those guys all the time. And
They're a big influence.
oh, for sure. Oh, they in Vancouver.
Who that was Devin Walsh.
Dion De La Salle, like those guys were just kings there. Kevin Sandslone. Any local mountain you went to in Vancouver, and actually for most of them worldwide, like they were just.
You would just see. Did you ever see him riding around them?
Yeah, I'd run into him all the time. My buddy Killick was really good friends with Dion. I've done some
I remember Killer.
yeah,
Yeah.
done some trips where I'd go stay with Killer in Kelowna, and a lot of those guys would come stay at his place, and we'd have some fun summertime. Go hit the boat, go have some drinks.
At that lake, what was that lake called that we're at the campground there?
So the super green one on the far side was Kalmalka, and that was Woods.
That was sick going there.
That was a great time. We had the buses there.
Yeah, exactly. Kobe and Bish's buses, we pulled up there, and we were up there for a couple days, like leading up to the Kelowna stop. And it was just, there's like a pizza place and a bar right on the water, and like this campground where the buses, and like everybody just had their boats all docked up in there. It was
That sounds
sick.
sick.
Yeah, and Killick actually lived in those apartments there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
That was a
was
sick setup.
What was the pro tour party that he did at was it DVA or what was the shop?
Deviate, yeah.
And
I remember
they were doing like a Wildcat premiere or Wildcat party there, and I remember Devin Walsh and like Bjorn Lioness and some of the guys.
That was
were
downtown Vancouver though, right? Or was that in Kelowna?
That was Deviate was Kelowna.
Yeah.
But then we also had some like really big boardroom parties.
Oh, that's right. That's what that
when
was.
The when the tour was in Vancouver. So but remember like Vancouver's pretty far away from
We would take the bus.
Yeah, so they'd have like chartered buses for us. And I hope you made the bus on time by the end of the night.
Those are some
Canada stops
rallying
were the
nights.
best, dude. Like
just
seriously.
rallying.
I loved the people in Canada loved wakeboarding so much because they only got it a little bit of the year, but they were so diehard and they were big fans. They knew everybody. They like my favorite contests were always up in Canada. Wake stocks, Kelowna's, Abbotsford.
They were all really
They were
good.
all so good.
Not always the greatest water, but it always made up for it.
Yeah, no, it was all.
the weekend. Sorry, the
you're
weekend
good.
just made up for it.
Oh, dude, yeah. But even like, I mean, Muskoka, like that whole town, like doing wake stocks and that with the key to Bala.
Chad showing us around Kelowna. I remember walking through the casino with him. He goes, "Hey, PB, don't do anything stupid. The Hells Angels runs this shit." So, if you hear me talking like that tonight, that's my impersonation of Chad. It'll probably come out a few times.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Remember that one wake stock we did, and then they held that like separate event that we all got the invitation to at the golf course.
Yeah.
And those rails were gnarly. Like, do you remember the one that like just came flat pool to just down? This
Oh yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah, Nick Taylor's got some
You know-
scars on that same one, on lacerations on his back, dude.
Yeah.
He looks like he got like swapped by a velociraptor. Dude.
It's honestly the one on the golf course.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do it. I had something else. I think I had to go do something with Monster or some other thing that came
was
up.
gnarly.
And
That
I was
one was
bummed.
awesome.
Everybody got Scotty Cameron putters. All the contestants got like, and then you guys just had caddies. You had golf carts that you went to all the different greens where all the different rails were. And I was like, that sounds so sick. And I was so bummed. I didn't
You
get to
weren't
do it.
there?
No.
I can't even remember that.
I got so broke off on the very first one. The dude, you remember the Oakley rail where it was double 45s on the side and you
yeah.
go out and you push back to a center rail. So you had to like
Yeah.
get on this 45 and then push back. And it was like, they had no sheeting underneath. It was just like all Palinko, just like bracing everywhere. As I'm coming into Ollie, the chain pops off the winch.
Ooh.
So now I just jump up on this 45 and I'm like jumping. It's like probably like 8 feet down to the ground. And it's just like 2x4s everywhere.
Yeah.
So I like jump over, cat claw on the thing, end up like rolling off of it as slow as I could, hit all these things. I was all bloodied up. First hit of the whole fucking thing. I was so mad. I was like slamming board. I was like, I don't think I just sat in the cart and cruised around all for the rest of the day. I was
Chilled with the caddy probably.
Well, some of them were like almost unhittable.
I'm pretty sure on that event too.
It was so big.
They didn't pre-show us. We just kind of
Yeah,
like
we
it was
just
like a
showed up.
surprise when you showed up, and then like you're like, holy, okay.
Yeah.
You're right. The down bar, the elevation in water was probably like what, 15, probably like 15 feet or so.
Probably maybe more than
25?
20.
It was
20.
that thing was huge.
I just remember looking down that thing going,
They had all these roots and stuff on the side. Nick Taylor tried to hit it on a wake skate. If you ever see Nick, ask him to show these. Dude, they're like inch long scars, like
From
like
the roots
wide.
or
Like
from-
it seriously looks like he got like swiped by a bear. Or
I
something.
can't believe he hit that on a wake skate.
Nick
Wow.
Taylor.
We're steering a wakeboard.
I just remember that thing being the angles of it. It wasn't that it was on a wakeboard that hard to hit. It was the amount of speed that you were getting and how hard it set you into the water because of the angle. You know what I mean?
And you had to get to the water too. Like there wasn't much like it was like shrubbery on this.
Yeah, it was a short little ollie, so you'd almost have to pre-ollie. Because
Exactly.
it was right after the pool, and then it just went like that.
So like you would like over ollie it, fly down the rail, and then just be hauling ass.
Early rails were so sketchy. I love it. There's just no dimensions, no idea on how mellow to make a rail. Still seem gnarly.
We're trying to figure it out.
You don't really have to figure it out nowadays. Like
No.
No, nobody's doing math like that to try to figure it. Like, because now you're used to it, and you see
now
unit
there's probably
rails.
YouTube shit
You see
to where
unit
you
rails,
want,
and you know angles and stuff. Like, you wouldn't build something as steep as we would make it. Whereas when we're sitting in the water, like a 10-foot, just not 10 foot high, but 10 foot long up, like just even going up 2 or 3 feet doesn't
Yeah.
seem crazy. But like when
Just
you're
a
going,
trial of get- of
when
getting
you're
it
doing
there.
it 20 miles an hour, like that's steep. You're just collapsing when you hit that thing.
Like, Chad,
Go ahead. Oh, I'm just saying, you're off, Ricky.
You get it, bud.
I was just saying we were hitting them on jet skis and stuff, and like, but low tower boats and wakeboarding behind that, you got to go a lot faster. Cable park, you're going 18 to 20. That's like the range. You're not going any faster
so
than
much
that.
more lofty. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas what we were building, we're just like, we had to pick a speed and go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so. It's
And
so
you were locked in once you were locked in.
Oh, yeah.
But Shane, what I would say, this rail, even like that, like, because remember, that was just one picnic table on an angle,
yeah.
and like you were just had to pop off of that thing, and then
Yeah.
it was up to
It
middle.
was like this long.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
so you had to ollie, you had to pre-ollie before, so when you couldn't like ollie onto it, because then you'd land up here and it's like this,
Yeah.
and then you would miss your punch. So you'd have to ollie a little bit before land, and then pop again before you got to the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those-
those ones were crazy.
Those setups were so fun.
Yeah, the picnic tables were
So
like,
fun.
That was great.
Chad knows how to build a damn good kicker. You remember that? You remember that kicker Chad built? That one that was like, it was the one that he moved around everywhere. We had it like Ronix forever.
That's the
It was
one
like
that he
the
jumped the party with.
Yeah, that's when you jumped the big old party barge on. What's the
shut-
name? Did you name that kicker?
No. Dude, shout out to Ryan and Kevin, though. They're the ones who actually did all the wheel. Yeah, those boys from Step Up built that. They like helped out with everything. Rockstar paid for it. Was kind of originally for the Out of the Pond, and then just kept taking it different. We took it to Texas. We took it all over the
So,
place.
you know what? I kind of
Should we show it real quick? I can pull it up while we're talking about it.
That kicker was built to Chad Sharpe specifications, and I never really thought about this before, but you actually were the first pro to have your own signature feature. You really were.
Look at that kicker.
Kind of right. But I never-
Look at that kicker
really
though.
looked
That
at it
thing
like
is
that.
just long and gives you an extra kick at the
Trajectory,
end.
man.
Yeah.
Trajectory.
That was the OG version. We actually cut a foot off of it. Dean
this is
Smith
great.
actually has some bangers
Like
off
the
that
early
thing.
O's board shorts. Yeah, Chatty. So we're watching footage of Chad hitting this massive kicker that he built. It's like 8 or 9 feet tall, and he's gapping over like 30, 40 people on a barge right now.
And they're just all
And they're
partying.
partying.
You buy a keg and they will come.
You buy a cake, they will come. That's funny. Dude, how was the steez back then, dude?
Oh, dude, look at the colors going on there.
Look at, hey, we have pause right there.
I just love that. Look how many people are in the dock too, just raging. Somebody's on the dock filming.
There's Davis right there. He was one of the builders. Ryan Davis, Kevin Little.
Yeah.
Good old Lake Hiawassee, dude. Good memories.
Man,
But it, like you can even get a gauge on how high Chad is too, because they're 2 feet off of the water. Those people are, let's just say, 5 to 6 feet, and then Chad's like another 10 feet, 15 feet, or 12 feet above them.
I wonder if that barge still lives out there.
I hope not.
It was, I mean, I haven't lived out there in probably 12, 13 years, and it was still floating when I was there last.
Really?
Yeah.
It's also like one of those things that's so big and heavy and waterlogged that you can't. It just either sinks or it stays there forever because nobody's. What are you going to do? Chop it in half and then cut
all
all
that
of that?
waterlogged
Yeah, that's
foam.
you can't do anything with
No,
that.
you need like machinery.
Yeah, you need
even-
bulldozers.
Give that thing
or-
to the Stucky boys. Let them have.
Not a bad idea.
I did try to hit up. I have all this Trex on the side of the house, this little fiber on it. I was trying to hit up people and been like, "Hey, y'all building rails? Here's some stuff," and they were like, "Building rails?
Shane, you try to
don't build
sell it to them as vintage.
This was used."
This shit right here is vintage, man.
Vintage. It's different, man.
No, I ain't taking pennies on the dollar for that. That thing's quality.
got some,
got
it's got
years
some
of it.
patina on it.
Let's talk about something that Chad was really far ahead of its time back in the day, because I don't think a lot of people recognize this, but Chad had one of the most sickest websites with content on it back in the day. And this is before, like, what year was Fun When Wet, Chad? What a great name for
I
a
want to say,
was it
was-
07?
No, I think
Was
it's
it
before. I think
before
it's
that, probably?
03. I'd say 03, 04-ish is like whenever it's probably
No.
starting to happen, and I bet you put it together by 05.
it was post Ronix. So it would have been 07 for about 4 years.
Yeah. Okay.
07
remember
till
it would have
about
been-
11.
Yeah.
And what was it? What were you doing? And what
Wasn't doing anything crazy. We'd like go out and do like edits here and there. But for the most part, it was just super simple. Whoever, like, you know, my wake was always great at the house, so people would come ride all the time. And I just do a lot of times just from the boat shots, like any rider that you came over, like anyone who's ridden,
kind
like
of raw, huh?
just show what a normal session looks like. So that was like kind of the more daily or weekly content. And then the other content was when we'd like go do some trips, like if we're in California, and then you start doing an actual edit. But for the most part, like the content that got a ton of footage, it was just like, oh, we love to see these guys just like hanging out and training. Like they're not filming a video part. Like,
But
wow,
nobody was doing that at all.
they got all these tricks in one session. Like,
It was like pre-social media.
It was.
Definitely
Yeah.
way before that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it was like
Instagram
it was
it wasn't
social
till-
media before just posting. I mean, you know, just your
blog-
normal post. It was,
blogspot.
Yeah, it was
It was a-
full-on blog.
Chad probably stopped because social media came out, and he's like, "Oh, I can just do it on this now."
No,
They stole my idea.
Wait, why did it fade away? What happened with that?
It started getting too expensive, so I wasn't making any money off of it. I loved doing it. I was doing all the edits, but then gonna have to upgrade a camera. I'm gonna have to upgrade a computer. I'm gonna have to get more hard drive, and like all of a sudden, us spending a lot of money on. Even though I love to do it, there at that point, social media was just kind of coming in. No one was really making money off of that because like no one was sponsoring, like putting whatever the little tabs up.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of slowly faded out. I'd do a little.
Young Chad had his own media house.
I was doing a little less and a little less.
I remember you built like a homemade shoulder rig out of PVC that was super badass.
Ahead of its time. Again, ahead of its
Ahead of
time.
its time.
I wish I could take the credit for that. Someone else came and filmed and had one. I'm like, yeah, it's like
all right.
$10 at
all art's
Home
stolen.
Depot.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was sick. I remember.
I would have loved to see Chad at Home Depot going, okay, I need like this piece. And
It was
just, like,
super legit though. It was,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
and
it
then
was-
walking up and
It actually
putting
went
it on the
over,
counter.
so both shoulders, and then the camera was just.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I think it had handles.
Yeah, you did have handles on. I remember that.
Well, this was
He
something
put
that
some fun shit on there too.
this
yeah.
was something that was on Fun When Wet that I know you haven't seen in a long time, and I've had it on my computer for a bit.
Let's go.
kind of curious to see what.
Is it the? Yeah,
Is this the jumping through loops?
Hey,
the
This
lawn
is-
darts.
This is using this kicker again, coming in on a wake skate. It's so good. It's such a big like bomb out, and then you made it through the inner tubes.
Those were fun times. Again, just Lake Hiawassee. Look, there's Watson right there. There's Kilgis. Like,
Yeah.
just having a good time.
wake skate bomb out. So you're hitting your big old kicker that you built. That kicker was used for literally everything.
Yeah. There's a clip
That
from.
was pretty sick. So you would you put a tube out and then you just go and try to long dart that thing, huh?
Yeah. Did you see the actual clip of Bob Sovin? We put the rope directly over the kicker, and then I drove straight.
Oh, on the tube.
Oh, I remember that one.
He probably sailed like 250 feet and like somehow stuck it.
No, whenever he was laying on the tube,
Yeah.
I have him doing a bomb out too, and he misses the kickers.
Bring out Bob's bomb out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about because you put the rope right over the top.
He went up and he just went like this.
So he misses the tubes completely here.
He's
You
cooking.
definitely have it way more dialed than him.
He went further. He actually went further.
Yeah,
That was Bob.
Yeah, that was Bob there. But
Bob
I thought
Sovin.
yours was amazing because it's not easy to gauge that distance on where you're going to bomb off of this kicker, and then you do like a little front half and like land right into it.
Chatty knows his damn kicker, dude.
You know, that was like not advertised, but like when everyone came over that was just like, hey, we're gonna do
just
Sunday fun day.
I remember
on the
being
lake,
out there and
but
watching it.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang on the boats. We're gonna hit the kicker. And we actually had like a couple of those noodles set up too. And not many of those shots are up, but there was like different distances.
Yeah. No, but I do remember because Bob laid on his stomach on a tube and it came off and just like went up, and it was like it was catching air, and he just hung like this. And then as soon as he landed, it like almost bounced him over, but he still rode it out.
He wrote it out. Huh?
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those flying tubes, though, was it?
It wasn't a flying tube, but he flew on that tube.
Yeah.
So to put in perspective timeline on that thing, or like just that event there, that would have been right before they started the Sovin show, the
wow.
TV show.
Yeah. Wake Brothers.
Yeah.
What year was that?
That would have
say
been like a
2010.
month or two before they did that show.
Because that was even pre really social media.
That was
The Wake Brothers.
Yeah. It was definitely early
One
on.
big beautiful blur, boys.
Wow.
I wish.
Were you guys ever on the Wake Brothers show? Very
I don't think I was.
I went over there when they filmed the pilot.
I think I was like background at something at Saddle Up.
I was at one of the. I went to a club one time that they were at, and I was like hanging out and saw it, and I was like, not my thing.
I remember when the show just first dropped. We were watching it at the Stag Ran or somewhere down there, and then Phil's like he was like I've gotten 30,000 followers in like 7 minutes.
It's pretty crazy.
I mean, and that was the heyday, like MTV when they dropped a show. Like there was a lot of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of bad shows too. Mostly all bad shows.
I mean, that was like after like what is it, Life of Ryan, like Ryan Sheckler's show or whatever
Right.
it was. Like there was like all of those. Like it was blowing up, and even like Deer Dig stuff was
How
getting
many
good.
episodes did they make it through on that? 6, 7?
I think
On-
one season.
I think
I don't
one
think
season.
they.
Yeah. I don't know
I'll
how
fact
many
check that.
episodes, but
It seemed like they were just
people
reaching really
loved
hard
it
with
though. People loved it. Now it's still to this day, I have people being like saying Wake Brothers stuff. I'm like, that's pretty crazy, because that would have been the era, like that late 2000s. You know what I mean? 2008 to 2010 ish or whatever. Like that's wakeboarding's heyday.
The O's.
they-
dude.
yeah,
The
they went-
O's.
A little heavy on just the drama part of it, though.
No, they definitely did, but that's all MTV.
Yeah.
That's them.
Can you imagine if Chad got to film like a real wake section back in the day, like the real wake X Games kind of like things where everyone gets like a month and a half to film a part? That would have been sick
fun
to
year.
give Chatty a.
Yeah. When Chad was working on a section, it was known. Like everybody knew, like, because you could see stuff that you were building and you were making, and it was always like, wait, what is Chad doing? Like it was always just such a hype to like look at something that Chad built. It had an aura to it. It wasn't.
You guys remember the worst one ever?
Well, you got to specify this because you're talking about Chad's arc.
That
Chad's arc.
transporting it to OWC, we like clipped a street light or like a red light.
Well, after you built it in the back of Nick and Jules and then you cut it in half.
Chad built this like it was probably like 45, 50 feet long, and it was like 15 feet tall, and it was just a rainbow with all these crazy bracings off the side, with then 50-gallon drums underneath it, and with like no side curting, so you had to slide the whole thing, or else you were pretty much dead.
And almost
And
just
it-
all out of
it-
2x4s.
All
too.
out of 2x4s. This thing's super janky, dude. But it's like it's held together up in the yard, and then now it's time to. Chad's looking at it. He's like, now it's time to move it. chops it in half. We move it in 2 parts.
That was a very early build.
Did it? What'd you say about the? What'd you say? Did it hit a stoplight when you were going down OBT?
Yeah, the thing was so tall on the because we had traveled it on 2 boat trailers, one side on one boat trailer, one on the other, and it clipped one of the red light, like a red, green, yellow light, because it was so tall. Like it was
That's crazy.
almost too tall to go down the road.
Damn, dude.
That's amazing.
I don't think anyone has footage or a picture of this thing.
Because I don't think
no one ever hit it.
No.
No one ever hit it.
You set it up at ODUB and,
And
it
then it
sat
sunk.
there.
It sunk.
I do remember like sitting
sunk.
lopsided for a minute.
That's good.
Makes me smile knowing that thing's could be at the bottom of OWC right now.
I remember Renee being like, "Hey, you're gonna hit this thing or you're gonna pick it up."
I remember when you put it on the water because I only saw it on the trailers and sitting on grass. But when you put it on the water, this thing, you had so many 50-gallon drums that it was sitting on. So this thing was like, and the 50-gallon drums didn't go down into the water at all. So this whole thing, the bottom of the frame was like 2.5 feet off the water.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, even if you got through the palinko of like the jib arms, like you were just going to take it right to the knee. Damn. So that you didn't hit that one.
No, we couldn't put it back together good, and it just didn't work.
Burn it.
You could have put it back together good just because you cut it in half.
I hadn't thought about this till right now, but it was built on the shore at Nick and Jules's. Why didn't we just wheel it into the water like 4 feet away and not drive it across town?
That's a great question.
That is a great damn question, Chad.
That's Chad math right
And
there.
honestly, Chad, I've never thought of that either. Like,
There had to have been a reason that we
there
didn't.
had to have been
I
a-
think it's because you did the gap. Is this after the? This is
It's
after
post
the gap.
gap, yeah.
I think you did the gap at ODUB, and you kind of had that like in your mind, like
I'm fucking invincible.
that's where you're gonna do this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Thinking hard, this might be wrong, but remember Nick and Jules had the pipe dragon?
Oh yeah.
And like they had the kicker and all that stuff. I think they had already might have been getting slack from neighbors.
That's what I was sort
That's
of thinking
what it
because
was.
I do remember the pipe dragon that sat out there for a while and
I
they
think it
probably
was
got in trouble.
massive. Have you
Yeah.
ever come off the top of that thing?
It was
was
the
like
up
that?
flat up,
But it was
but it
just
was like
an
a roll.
Elevator drop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mate. Damn. Yeah, that was definitely the reason why. Because they were
already in
about
trouble.
that.
Yeah.
And your thing just looked like a big peach dragon looking just
Yeah, Nick and Jules are like, no,
monstrosity.
you're not putting that in the lake.
Yo.
Like people are going to fucking.
It
Flip
looked like an
their shit.
unfinished pirate ship, dude. And that was the first one that you didn't hit. You got a couple other good ones mega ones. What's your second favorite one that you built and didn't get to slap
hit.
up?
Oh,
Chad's gap.
the gap at
Chad's gap?
The gap at the gap at the projects.
Yeah, this one was sick. And this is obviously after the big snowboard gap called Chad's Gap. But we call this is Wakeboard's version of Chad's Gap.
It was like a 120-foot carry.
It was 120 feet, lake to lake, over grass, and your rope was going straight over the top of the kicker. You can't edge at this at all. You're towed by a boat, not even a 2.0 or anything, and so your rope went straight over going to go straight over
I
the
had a
top.
solution for that. I had talked to Zane, and he was going to let me borrow it. Remember the tower with the sail?
That extended your tower
So-
another 5 feet. Yeah.
No, more than that. It was like almost double your tower. So that was the way of getting around to edge. But
Oh man.
Damn, so you could have taken a little, but your rope would have been like 400 feet long, which an edge doesn't really do much.
yeah, and then I built that ramp, and then I got hurt right after. So it's
Thank God you got hurt, because you getting hurt on that thing would have been way.
But also, people didn't necessarily know that you were hurt. And for you, I think that was one of the most ultimate publicity stunts of all time. Because anyone that went to the project was like, what the fuck is that thing? And they're like, oh, you didn't know Chad's going to hit that. They're like, what?
And it's so crazy, and Chad's so crazy that you're like, this
it.
makes sense.
So wait, he's gonna go from here over there. Yeah. When? We don't know yet.
But Parks, to answer your question, if he was given the opportunity to do a real games X Games thing,
Yeah.
oh, it would have been insane because it would have been all of this stuff, all of Chad's creation to be like, this is it for X Games.
Yeah, that the reason I didn't hit it, like it wasn't was publicity.
Dude. But it was really good.
But it was great.
Yes.
It was great.
It was up forever too.
I was
like 6 months.
I was shooting a Wakeboard interview like 2 days after, and I just can't like compressed. Like I was doing like a big double up, but I landed on the second wake, and dude, it just shot straight up my back. Couldn't even walk. It was like I was out for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Damn.
I mean, there might have been a get out of jail free card.
It probably would. Probably was.
Dude, man, that would have been. There was a couple other rails I forget, but by then Chad could build really good.
We got better.
We all got better.
Dude, there were nails and not even nails, screws. Like we had to check. We started checking out, making sure everything was good every time. Like, well, everyone had been broken off on a bad rail so many times.
We got this guy. Actually, I got a Patreon question from Robert Absher. The best wakeboard collection in the game. Robert asked, and this kind of goes along like what we're talking with right now. What's the craziest thing you've ever done on a wakeboard? Great question.
I don't know crazy. I mean, we've talked about a few of the scarier ones. Obviously, the OWC rail, U-Haul rail. I mean, one of my favorites was double flip, double up, grab, double flip. Pretty.
Did you do the first double toe back roll?
Yeah, for first double toe back roll and first double grabbed. Or grab double. Sorry, I said that backwards.
First grab double.
Oh yeah, because Darren was doing
toe back off the double up, no life jacket on, and just freaking landed that shit.
Double
And just
Indy.
straight up, Chad, just freaking right away.
That is sick.
I had taken about.
Why had been doing it with no vest? It's so Chad.
Well, no.
I
So
mean,
there was a reason for that. There, the first 15, 20 tries, I did have a vest on, but we were all shooting. I don't know what we were shooting for, but I had just whole start to finish on a fiber on rail down the entire part of my back. So I just had that, that cherry burn you get.
Yeah.
And it was just chafing so badly while I was hitting those double ups. I literally took it off and landed the next one. Like 20 tries, life jacket on, 1 try, no life jacket on.
Maybe there's something to say about that like inch and a half that it was doing. You could tuck up a little tighter, get those knees a little closer to the chest,
No, I still recommend a vest. It just,
no, for sure.
Always wear
your puffin.
You take that.
love that.
Wear your puffin drinkware koozies.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Love
The
to
Bonifay Banter's your wetsuit, and then the puffin koozie. That's your.
Yeah,
Do they fit in each other?
I don't know. I guess you could wear a wetsuit
Could
and
keep it together.
Put it together.
You went with the pink though. You're giving them the pink.
Well, this one's an OG.
That one's OG.
That
Oh yeah,
one's
that's
dating
like
out now.
old school vest.
Yeah, that one's actually just like Parks' kids vest, whatever. Like the one back there on the ski. It's just like that.
Yeah, it kind of does look like.
It has like the little backrest.
Man, I think they're made to float your head straight up.
Were those?
This is
Was
funny
that
that-
designed for you personally? I think
Yeah.
that was created. That little flap on the vest that kids have. I think Parks was the first one because he was the first baby to actually need a water vest, and they're like,
this one they made first, and they didn't have it.
yeah, that one. That's so OG.
Super soft.
So put it on.
Yeah, that thing on.
I went through a whole era there that I was actually riding with one of those.
Chetty, you won Trick of the Year for that, didn't you?
Yep.
I remember
For
when.
what, the double tub?
Yeah, I remember when that dropped and everyone saw that. Like,
It was sick.
that was fucking badass.
Did you get an Oakley watch for a Trick of the Year?
No, I didn't. I think we got a bit of cash. I think they did like $1,000 or something like that.
It wasn't-
Probably
I mean,
bubbled. Probably gave it to Ruck.
I want to say that was
What?
like
Next year they started giving away the.
I did get an Oakley watch.
I want to say that was like 2006 or 7, somewhere in there.
What
Yeah.
year? I think I got it in 11.
Yep.
11, 10 or 11.
What was the first year they did? I remember the first year they did it. I think it was Rusty's. Wasn't it Rusty's Fox Gap? on
Hiawassee Gapper.
Yeah, wasn't that was the first trick of the year?
I don't remember that one.
It was just a really big
no
gap.
offense, Rusty. That one was forgettable.
He went high, like big and high on it.
No, yeah. There's a lot of other tricks that were around that were done. Everyone 270, 90'd out. Everyone did the same for a handful of tricks or something.
And it was funny back then. It had gone back and forth. It was like all of a sudden be heavy wake would be in that rotation, and then it'd be heavy rail. Then it was heavy rail for a while.
It was big and sketchy. And I remember Danny yelled at me one time. I was like filming. Someone was like, I was driving Sea-Doo, like Chase, and I was like in between, like he's like edging out here, and I'm like underneath him on his inside, and he like they're showing him go up, and Danny's like, Barks, fuck off, dude. Like I'm having this thing's stressful enough as it is, and you're like 3 feet to my left. Like, I was like, yeah, good. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, they were getting booted. You had that massive gap on Hiawassee too.
But yeah, that was what it was supposed to be.
Did you ever win Trick of the Year?
No.
So you did, and we haven't. So,
Had there been Trick of the Year earlier though?
Yeah.
I mean,
Might have got a couple.
I mean, pretty sure
I know.
that one right there would have been.
I always laugh.
Oh, yeah,
I got Rail Rider of the Year 2 years in a row, and the trophies were like one was like a plastic rhinestoned goblet that was like pretty whatever, and then the other one was nothing. And literally the next year, all the trophies got really badass, and I never got another one. And I was like, I got this stupid goblet that like by the end of the night, like the
You probably left it on the
2006, like, yeah, it was I was just like, man, damn it. And everybody else gets these cool trophies and shit.
Mine's the exact same one as that ball right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I got that exact same one.
The metal ball?
The metal ball, yeah.
what's that one for, P?
I don't think that was Wake Awards.
Okay.
You can dig it down on
Mine
break.
says Trick of the Year on it.
Really?
But did we steal it from you and put it up on our shelves?
No,
It's tall enough
it's
to grab
actually
that.
it's actually sitting on my desk at
Easy,
work.
watch out. That's
Something
shelf's a
else
little
could fall.
tricky.
Yep, it's that year. You got the Legend Award that year.
Ah,
That is Wake Awards.
it's a little dusty.
The thing hasn't been
That is a cool trophy. See?
That is a cool trophy.
Okay, but would you rather have that or a nice plastic rhinestone goblet? That most of
I'm
the
going with the
rhinestones, most of the rhinestones fell off by the end of the night for sure.
Rhinestone Powell.
It's more usable. It's more usable than that. You can't use that for anything.
I have it sitting on my I have a bookshelf next to my desk.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I miss the Wake Awards, man. Damn.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Remember there was a while like, oh, we're gonna do them, we're not gonna do them. They're like, we're gonna maybe do them off site.
I love this Wake Awards one right here. This is Danny getting Trick of the Year for his 12. And it's all of the pointless boys.
All of the pointless boys.
Except
I didn't make it.
Except where were you? What do you think you were doing? It?
I have no idea.
You know what's funny is like the same fucking scenario came up when we did our 10-year pointless anniversary kind of thing.
At
When
the
we-
social.
At the social. There's a shot of all of us at the
At the
bar.
no, Chad?
Except for one little person named Chad.
You weren't in that either.
He's elusive, dude. That's what I'm
He's
telling you.
so elusive.
You are so elusive.
Oh, it is. He's an elusive. It's an elusive dude. I
don't know
still
where-
think.
What
kind of-
was on that one? I know on the 10-year I was on a trip.
So you weren't there at
You weren't
all?
in the building. I swear he was in the building.
No.
I think he's trying to pull a quick one on
I
us.
think
That
he
way.
was there. I think he was there. But I love like the idea that I think it was only like one or two times that we had the whole group together, and it was the one on the half pipe. It was on the back of the box right here. Is the one that we did but yeah, pull that out. It's that shot, but it's like at the projects during one of the carnivals or something like that.
at the carnival, yeah. That was
But yeah.
on top of the half
first
pipe,
ever
the quarter pipe.
Quarter pipe.
Yeah.
Was everyone in the
The Tim Payne quarter pipe.
the original ad?
No, the original ad missing half of you guys. There was like Britney Spears and the guy from the Beverage Castle. Remember when we did that?
Oh,
I don't
actually-
think Parks was there.
I was there.
Yeah, me, Rock.
I thought I was there for that.
I think you
were
are.
there. I think you were there for that. But I don't think like Grub was there. I don't think Danny was. But we just had a bunch of people standing in for everybody.
Yeah, that's why Anthony Reddick was
Yeah,
there.
Anthony Reddick.
For nostalgic reasons, I went and shot with Mossy and Ty and Jake down in Polk County, and we called you. But I took Jake through the OG Beverage Castle just for a little wake history.
That's good.
Nostalgia.
Dude, I said this the other day. Me and Cole were driving back from there. Drove by it. I was like, how is this not a chain? How does this not exist?
There's a couple.
In society?
There's one in Lakeland. There's one.
Shane,
There's one in
Like,
Auburn.
how is this
No,
not
a real
more of a
chain.
thing? How is a convenience store that everybody goes to tons of convenience stores, drive-throughs? How do they not combine those more often?
Well,
I
Beverage
think everyone
Castle.
just wants to sit in their car and like watch or listen to their shit anyway. So like just
you
sitting,
could just
even if there's a
drive.
long
Do you guys
line.
want to start one? I could fully just
I
work
would-
in one of those all day long.
I
You got the
honestly,
Capitol. Just-
Let's
me and Cole even said we're like, let's
Let's
go to
brainstorm.
them and franchise this thing. Like
I think
we
it's a
could run
grandfathered
this.
in kind of. I don't think that there's some legal reason why
There's
these things
gotta
don't
be.
exist
But it
everywhere.
doesn't make sense at all. Why?
That piece of property is the only piece of property grandfathered in that you can sell
straight up, bro.
sell alcohol. I mean, they got
To
Mad Dog 2020 in
to
there.
a moving car.
I mean, but
Yeah,
realistically,
to a car that's on. Here's your 48 beers.
what is any different than walking into a 7-Eleven and buying 12 6-pack or 12 12-packs and walking back out to your car and driving away, opposed to
Shane,
just
this
driving
move right
through? Yeah. Well, okay. So there's this loophole in I think it's Louisiana where they have
The straw.
the straw. So you can buy a like styrofoam cup full of like
They're like 40 ounce
margaritas.
daiquiris.
Yeah, margaritas, daiquiris, whatever. And they put the straw, they put the lid on, they put the straw, and then they tape it. They tape over
No,
the
they
whole
keep the
thing.
paper on the top of the straw.
And
Yeah.
they tape the straw to the lid.
Tape
Oh,
the
yeah,
straw
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
lid.
yeah.
And the thing is
what a
that's a
loophole.
closed container. If the tape is broken or the straw's not, the paper's not on the straw,
Clearly open.
open container. And I was like, I love a good loophole. I love a good loophole.
I feel like that's really an era or maybe just a certain region where like I could see like getting off of work and being like, and there's like old videos of people talking about this, like when they like made drinking and driving like fully illegal.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like people getting off of work and wanting to have a beer, like crack a beer, you know what I
I
mean?
can't believe that. I just got.
Exactly.
You're trying to tell me I can't get off work, get in my car,
You've seen this. Yeah.
go get a beer,
Yeah.
crack it open, and have it done before I get in my driveway. That's illegal. But tell me that I can't do that.
But I can't imagine like wanting a
World's
daiquiri.
and country's going to shit.
yeah.
You saw that, right? That was on social, not too, on Instagram. Like somebody cut that up.
Nah. It is a funny concept.
I
Like,
watched this very similar one to when the seatbelt laws were originally going in. They're like, that's just I ain't pulling my seatbelt on. Like same deal.
They're talking about how it's turning into a communist country because you got to put a seatbelt on.
Damn commies won't let my kids sit in my lap while I'm driving home from work. I'm working all day. Want to spend time with my kid. Can't have it in my lap. Damn commies.
Can't have a beer. Gotta put on my seatbelt. I'm gonna find that.
America.
That is really funny.
America. No, that's good.
Got another little Patreon question from Jake P. Law.
Jakey.
Oh, Pilat. I
up,
saw him
buddy?
right before I came. He knew we were doing the podcast because he wrote in.
Yeah,
He was like, "You're going to have a good time tonight." And I was like, "Yes, I am."
it's always fun. It's always, hey, straight up, real talk. It always is fun hanging with Chad, dude.
Oh yeah, my more favorite.
Been too long, boys.
We'll do it more. We'll get you on the pod every other podcast. I'm sure the people
Yeah.
will love it.
yeah.
People have been waiting for a Chad Sharpe podcast.
You know, as we get a little older, it's a little tricky to meet up and
We'll still tee it up. We'll work around your schedule.
Just put us in front of your two kids. Just make Bonifay Banter the priority. Chad, what,
Sorry, Ella, but it's a banter night.
oh, she'd be a funny one to bring on here.
is that? Oh yeah,
Ella.
yeah. She's talking pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very intelligent. Talks very well. Everett would just break everything in here, but
That's pretty cool. I try.
I love the
Like
name
father,
Everett.
like son.
oh my dad was down a little while ago. Or actually, sorry, I said that backwards. We were up over spring break last year, and brought the kids up. Stayed with my dad, and he's wild. He's a wild child, and just every time he'd be breaking stuff or doing something, my dad would rub me on my back or just start laughing. He's like, "Payback, dude, payback."
He's got that same little shit-eating grin that you have. His little smile. He's like,
Oh, he'll look at you and like, "Hey, don't do that."
Dude, I remember when I found out you were having a boy, and then I think it was like a year and a half old or something. And I was talking with someone. I was like, dude, he's going to be just like Chad. Chad's going to have his hands so full. He's going to have the little fucking hellion that he was. And dude, I can't remember who it was, but someone was like telling me, they're like, dude, I saw this picture of him, or it was, I don't know, it was a picture, but they saw something was happening, and he was standing there with his hands behind his back, and just twirling like this, like watching something go down. I was like, nothing good happens as a kid, right? When your hands are fucking behind your back like that, standing by yourself. He was analyzing something. I could see a little Chad in that.
Chad's always reminded me of that the meme of I think it's a little girl, but she's standing out in front of the house while it's burning down, and she's like looking at the camera like,
oh, she's like an adult now.
yeah, she's old now, but it's like that look and like everything's burning, and you're just like, like it's always.
Yeah,
It's
that was
always
a very
fun.
famous. I guess she got. I read or watched or saw a thing of it, and she actually has the rights to that photo, and
Oh,
she's
that's
been able
cool.
to license it out. She's like made money off of it.
So pretty much she just spends all day suing people for posting. I copyrighted it, so now I sue now.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, again,
that was
probably
a-
profitable.
That was like OG meme.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
there-
OG meme for sure.
I can't remember many further back than that.
Some of those early YouTube stuff, like you guys remember the lizard that would
On acid in his closet or
yeah, what is it? Johnny Hammersticks.
Johnny fucking-
I love towels.
Isn't there a chocolate rain?
Oh yeah, Chocolate Rain was a
Rain,
good
yeah.
one, original.
Fuck
Yeah.
me, fuck you.
Fuck me, fuck- What are these chairs?
Chairs.
Everybody's just sitting around in chairs. Johnny Hammersticks over here.
Sneezing.
All right, what does
sneezing
Jay
hands.
say? What does Jay
Back to Jakey.
Back to
Back to
Jake.
Jakey.
Do you have one trip that stands out the most memorable of your wakeboard career? You've been a lot of places.
That's a tough one.
Japan,
I mean,
Philippines.
multiple times for
Russia,
all of
China.
those. I know. I don't know if it's one in particular, but the year or two we were filming Out of the Pond. I mean, we were traveling in a big crew, going to some pretty exotic countries. That was a blast. I mean, think all the pointless stuff we've all done to.
We didn't really travel too much for pointless, but yeah,
No,
you're
no,
right.
I'm saying like
you're
all,
right.
all
Yeah,
the all the tour stops
100%,
that we've
yeah.
done together. there
Tour
have been
stops, masters.
Yeah, some of the masters. I mean, there's no way to nail down one.
True. Tahiti.
Well, I think
Tahiti, yeah.
I think Out of the Pond is really cool because it is all of you guys. Like it was Grub, you,
Watson, Henny.
Henny. Like there was such a good squad, and I bet that was such a fun time to just.
Those are fun.
Even before you showed up, we were saying the rail jam in the Hard Rock in
Oh
Vegas.
yeah,
yeah, I
those
forgot
are
about
fun.
That was one that me and Parks actually got
Vegas,
to join in there in
Yeah.
Vegas. Yeah, at the Hard Rock and the pool.
Shane, remember we were playing War?
Yes, we made some money on
We
War.
made some money on War.
Yeah. There was a moment where I remember being hammered in the pool with my life jacket on still, and I'm playing blackjack, and they have it like where you can
yeah.
sit,
Yeah,
and
the
I'm
pool
just
bar.
I'm housed. Like the rail jam's happening, and I'm just like, hit me. And they're like, Shane, you still got your vest? And I'm like, it's for protection. And they're like, what? And I'm like, hit me.
Such a magical moment. All his homies are riding in the pool in Vegas, and Shane's so bummed out. We're 750 down right now.
I don't know if you guys had stuck around this late. I'm sure everyone had, but remember Angels and Airwaves played,
Yeah.
and then 50 Cent was closing,
Yeah.
and like halfway through the 50 Cent show, the
stage.
stage started collapsing into the pool. And there's like all this wiring and stuff, and I'll never forget. Like his big DJ just picks his turntables up. He's like, "I'm out of here." Just
Just walk up, unplugs everything.
Yeah.
and just-
Was that, and back in those days, do you think, was it a like actual records, or was it like a CD, like the new update? I wonder.
I bet it was probably the updated one. Like I
Even
don't know.
that's-
even
that
Serrano
part-
still spun actual records then.
Yeah, that's right. It did.
But I mean, there was electricity going into all of that, and there were probably about 5,000 people in the pool,
That's crazy.
That is true. There was a shit ton of people in
like
the water.
shoulder to shoulder, Hard Rock pool, and that stage is just going. Pew.
That whole pool took a dive, dude. Me and Bear, that's where it's the Virgin Hotel now out there in
Oh,
Vegas.
really?
So
Oh,
me
yeah,
and
but
Bear-
the Hard
me and-
Rock moved to somewhere else, right?
Yeah, they're actually building a huge guitar like
Yeah,
they did
out
down
there,
Oh,
south.
that's cool.
But yeah, I was standing there. I could look at the pool out of our room, and I was like, "Dude, this is like where we did all of it." Yeah, it was just crazy to see it. Look something.
We used to stay at the Hard Rock out there in Vegas all the time.
That was my go-to.
Yeah, all the boys, Sluggo and Terry and the boys out there. We'd hang out with them, but we'd always stay at the Hard Rock.
There's that little late night bar right across the street that you could go to.
Yeah,
Can't remember. What
I
it was
remember
called.
being so jealous when y'all filmed Out of the Pond because it was pretty much the Pointless crew,
except
for like you, me, and Nick, but like. Yeah, because y'all traveled the whole world, and you went to Philippines, Australia, it was
Philippines, Australia, Tahiti.
And then you had Staker fucking film the whole thing.
It was quality. Like I watched it earlier today when I was pulling that clip of Chad doing the barge gap over everybody, but I watched a few of the boys' sections and different parts of it, and I'm like, this is such good quality for even back then. Like the filming's on point. Like it's nice. But yes, it was. I always remember having a little, I wouldn't say a salty taste in my mouth, but it was like, this is literally just the Pointless crew minus me and Parks. Like, because the Billabong knew who to sponsor. They were like, we're grabbing Chad, Ruck, Grubb, Watson, like all the boys. And I was like, damn it, dude. We're like not there.
You
Like,
were jet pilot at that point. Right?
Jet,
And you were
Fox.
Yeah. But even D Harf was Billabong
Yeah,
and
that
Fox.
was wild.
So
that
Danny was,
got to go.
Danny was double
Danny
dipping.
Danny got to go just wearing wetsuits.
He was double dipping on that one.
Well,
Danny was the only one who could double dip that shit.
Yeah.
I double dipped that shit.
I double dipped that shit.
My bad. You're a jet pilot too.
I rode for Billabong clothes
Jet Pilot.
and Jet Pilot wetsuits.
That's
Boom.
right. That's right.
genius, man.
It just happened that way.
Yeah.
My apologies, bro.
Yeah, no worries. But Chad, I was telling Shane, like, that era, like, that's kind of came out like right as like Shred Town was coming out, and I remember like Hef being super bummed out because like we did a shit ton of winching, like kind of like some of the first,
That was the whole
like
point.
some of those spillways and shit like that were gnarly. And then like I remember like a year or so after, like Hef being like, man, like that video didn't get the credit like in the winch world, and kind of like it kind of was like a really sick movie that kind of got forgot about pretty quick.
I agree. Like I up until we were seeing clips on that, I'm like, dude, can we get that online? Like, I'd like to show my kids that. But
Yeah, for
I
sure.
kinda-
It was a good one.
It's not one I usually pull up right away, but like the way it was filmed and how good everything was.
Well, what's crazy is that I was saying, the quality's still good, that it holds up. Like showing it now on, on YouTube or whatever, it doesn't look like it was made, almost 20 years ago.
That's
or whatever.
wild.
The board shorts will say 20 years ago. But
The board shorts will.
Yeah, the board shorts will.
You know who's still wearing those board shorts to this day?
Who?
Bryce.
Yeah, oh yeah, Bryce runs that.
Yeah, Bryce.
Bryce Gardner.
Bryce Gardner did. I love that he's a
Big
searches out
fan
for
of
vintage-
early 2000s.
Well, he loves the early O's, but he tries to find the AI, the anti-irons kind of board shorts. And he loves collecting those, dude.
Dude, Matt Muncie still wears some real baggy stuff, like just huge shorts that cover the boots, like almost Murray-styled Fox
That kind of
shorts
the
and stuff.
'97, like some of the early O's, late '90s. That's really like, you remember when Gavin showed up to the Lake Ronix wearing the No Billy No jeans?
Yeah.
No, Billy, no.
NBNs, baby.
He said he found them at a thrift store.
Yeah, that's respect.
And then
I've seen them.
And he
I've
was like,
seen
these
them.
things are sick. And me and Ruck are like, no, dude, these are
Real
vintage. These are really, this is wakeboard, like old school culture, right?
Didn't they make boards back in the day too?
Yeah.
NBN.
They made a half pipe for the tour too.
My first,
I think it was my first sponsor back in the day.
One of my favorites of all
Conley and No Billy No.
favorites of all favorites rode for NBN in the beginning.
Wallman.
You know it.
Yeah. One of my favorites. I knew you loved Wallman. Wallman, the originator of the overhead Hillside 3 or Hillside 5, like the first Olay.
This is a cork, yeah.
Well,
Corked 5.
but he was always just booting like mute cab rolls off of the double up, and I mean,
No, he was sick.
Steve's was just like effortless. And kind
His
he was badass.
what was that? The Pinocchio's movie, the
For what it's worth.
For What It's Worth. His section,
His
in that,
section is
in
that
Bruce
is
Clem.
was Clement and Pat.
yeah, they were
Bruce
just
Glenn
but I
made
guess-
For What It's Worth.
Yeah, but Pat
helped with
Pat
it.
helped with it.
No,
I think.
for sure. I would just remember it.
no, for sure.
Bruce Clem was definitely, but Bruce Clem was always like the, hey man, like, what's up? You guys want to, like
Bruce Clem would be a sick one to have on.
Bruce Clem would be really. He's done so much. Yeah.
Clem, we got one more quick question from Jake. I don't want to forget Jake's second question. What's your favorite Lake Ronix memory? Lake Ronix. Man, wait. That's Jake. Jake's just coming out with just a most favorite place you ever traveled to. Favorite Lake Ronix memory.
I should hit him up about my rapid fires.
It sounds like a loaded question. Chad knows, or like Jake knows the answer to this.
I don't know. Obviously, the hanging out, the fires, the building, all the sweat and stuff we put in and out every day to get stuff to where it was. Like that was always hard work, but that was super fun working with the boys like Ruck and Jake and Mike and like that, bringing the whole team together. And then once something was done, I'd say like some of my favorite stuff to hit there was a step up and step down into the bi level, hitting the kicker up into the bi level. I absolutely love that. Soft landings on going as hard as you could. It's fast landings on the big air down,
hitting all that stuff.
Yeah.
What about hitting trees in reverse?
I was gonna say reversing around there was pretty fun.
Chad would always go mock, dude. He would go so fast in reverse around the lake and just fly, dude. And like there's no room for like there's water straight to your left and like barbed wire fence to your right.
It was the Sharpe way.
But in a 10-year period, there was only one miscue
on record.
No, seriously.
It's gotta be.
No, I never hit anything else. It was always pretty good.
What happened on this one for allegedly?
We were coming from the back lake a little later in the evening, and
kind of rig were you in?
it was a rental car. It
A
was
minivan.
rental minivan.
Did it have insurance?
It did have full.
That's
insurance.
fucking beautiful.
I got a little backstory to that though.
To the insurance?
Oh yeah.
We'll finish up with it.
Anyway, it's that one. You know where the hill is?
Yeah.
The original,
yeah.
the original hill.
Yeah.
There's those two trees you got to shoot, and the front just kind of spun a little bit, and this back. Oh, both sliders were open, so it ripped the slider off, blew out the back window, blew out the slider window. So we basically had to piece the door back on,
and ripped off the whole sliding door of the.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Was it open?
Yeah, they both were.
They both were.
It had dual sliders.
So
I love this.
It was Anthony Tolici's rental car, and like, oh shit! Like,
so glass just flew into the van,
it
and
was fucking glass.
you had a couple dealers,
glass
and
everywhere. Yeah,
that's sick. I would have loved to have been a dealer.
it wasn't like a hard.
They loved it.
Feel lucky.
It was a highlight. It was a core memory for those kids. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That story has been told so many times. I bet.
So yeah, like no one got hurt. Like we weren't going that fast, but
Yeah.
like fast enough to break some
That's
shit.
good glass
yeah,
breaking.
fast enough
fun.
to break some shit.
Rip a door off and break some windows? It's not
So
too fast.
Anthony was driving. He had the next round of dealers coming in, and he was taking them to the airport. So he was going to go to the airport, swap out the van. He's like, yeah,
big deal.
I got full insurance on this, whatever. So we had to tape cardboard boxes to the windows so they just weren't in a wind tunnel on the way to the airport. So
it worked.
No, he called. He's like, "Hey, I need to swap out my van. There's been a little bit of an accident," and they're like, "Yeah, bring it in or whatever." So he drops the dealers off. In between the new ones coming in, he goes to the car dealership, and then he calls it because I was out for dinner with my wife and her family, and I'm like, "Hey, keep me posted." And he calls me. He's like, "Hey, man, yeah, you got to probably come down here." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, we have the extra insurance, but because of the severity of it, they need statements. They need to know exactly where it happened. They need all this stuff." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And he goes, "I can't hold it any longer." No, they didn't even ask questions.
No, he was messing with you.
That's so good.
Oh, dude.
He's like, "Dude," they didn't even ask. They looked at it and just said, "Hey, your new van's over here."
That's great.
So I guess the
insurance
moral
is
of the
for.
story is do the extra insurance.
Get insurance. Kid.
The extra insurance will get you out of so much stuff.
Remember CKY when they rented that car and they straight up burned it down
Yeah.
because they had insurance and then nothing happened?
Dude.
They did it on purpose just to
just to see if it would work. I know one time I think it was me, Francois, and Wes had insurance on a car, and coming out of one of the contests, there was this big ditch, like it just went down flat and then up, and we were like, let's jump it. And we like went down, punched it coming out, bang, bang, bang. And like the oil tank started smoking. There was like, we could drive it somewhere, but it was not good. And literally called and we're like, insurance. And they brought us a car right there. We didn't even have to go in. They brought us a car to us and turned around.
Did
and
they
left.
drive that car back, or did they load it up on a truck?
I don't
was
remember.
a Shane's
That was an
problem.
all part of But also I remember Francois would love to get in a car and look at the person and go, you got insurance on this? And if they said yes, you know how like the rear
I
view
was
mirrors
about to
flip
bring
down
this up. I've
and they
seen
would
you
all
do
have
this.
they would have mirrors in there. He would go, you got insurance on this? As soon as they say yes, you'd go wham and smash it and just keep, but not break eye contact with the person.
That's so frank.
Dude, I'd love it because you would hear it and just go, and it would just be like crumbly glass, and he'd just be like, "Cool."
I'm just trying to. I got the visual of Chad and y'all pulling up to pick up the dealers, and you don't get the new car, and just the doors are ripped off and the windows are busted
Cardboard.
in.
That's hilarious.
I buckle up. It's a little glassy. It's gonna get breezy in here. How's the flight?
You guys want me to turn the AC on? And it's just like, that's good.
Let's take a quick little break. Give us a little subscribe, guys. We just cracked 900, so we're getting on up there.
Boom, we're
We
building.
need it.
Real
Get on
quick.
YouTube. Help that algorithm.
You gonna
Put
tell
us
them to
together.
subscribe or comment or like or something?
You know who the real king of extra insurance was?
Who?
JB.
Oh yeah, JB.
Oh.
Well, he needed it.
Yeah, JB's part of that mid '90s to late '90s.
The
They
e-brake.
always got insurance.
JB's probably got like e-brake fucking tattooed on
Yeah.
his like arm or something.
It was part of their goal. Like, yes, going to an event and doing something for the weekend was fun, but it was more fun for people in the early '90s, mid '90s to get a rental car and get extra insurance just so they could fucking do crazy shit
the
the whole
early
time.
O's, dude.
Dude, they like early jet pilot crew. They would just e-brake everywhere. They would
I
just
think that was the
slam
culture
into
back then. I remember
something.
hearing
Yeah.
all the
It was
freestyle jumpers.
definitely
like,
the culture.
It's
Gino,
that
like
CKY,
Dave Reinhardt,
whiskey.
Zane, like all
Yeah,
those dudes
all
just
of
talk
them
about.
just loved it.
We fucked that car up. We had insurance.
Yeah,
Get insurance.
they loved it.
This episode is brought to you by Geico. Go out there and get your Geico.
Awesome. Yeah, let's take a break.
I love that.
Chad loved it.
It's always good to see the response people give. I know Ruck loves it.
I'm always a big fan of a late show type.
Rocky's to have his
Come back.
own late show.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good, and it's been sticking around.
We were just saying right before of how much people are going to love this podcast because of Chad being on it. Like people want to hear Chad talk. You're kind of mysterious, dude. You know, we don't not a lot of people get to hang out with you, man.
Just thank you. Thanks for having. I just
Cheers, brother.
And he's going to bump up our Canadian following.
Oh yeah, big time.
do
Do you think the Canadians? I mean, I know that they do, but like, do you uphold a very good image of Canada? Like, and it's just that crazy Canuck. Like, you've been so Canadian the whole time. Like, and I think all of the, you know what I mean? Like you said, you came from there, all of those people up there, but having that backing and, you know, the Jeff Hears and those type of things. And you were the biggest Canadian for like, you know, that came and
some
did it.
Great ones
Like,
coming up right now too. But I mean, I just grew up watching like not local. I mean, they were big, but like whether it was like the Wildcat stuff or the whiskey stuff or the like those guys were wild.
Whiskey, forgot about that.
he embodies it. He embodies a good that Canadian like
Was it
give it
Boozy-
hell.
was it
Fucking
Boozy the
let's
Clown?
go,
Yeah,
buddy.
Boozy the Clown.
Boozy the Clown.
Just lighting shit on fire, jumping 50s off roofs. and-
Yeah, they were doing crazy stuff, but they were also doing very skilled stuff too.
Right.
Like in between all the mayhem, there was like some exceptional athleticism.
Oh, what about the bottle breaking, the head bottle breaking on the head thing. That was a thing from whiskey that nobody else really ever.
I mean,
That was a
accomplished.
bad.
That was a bad
That's
era.
a bad idea. Chad.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've all tried it.
in Pointless, we tried to have. I mean,
Yeah. We tried it. We thought we could do it. I remember. I think Weinecker did it successfully one time.
I think we would wear a hat though.
Yeah, because there's repercussions.
There's repercussions
Yeah.
in those whiskey videos. Some of those guys, their whole heads and faces were bleeding,
dude.
and
I did it in high school, like probably 10th or 11th grade, like right when those movies had come out, and the bottle broke. Top did, but the bottom didn't, and I got a scar from here.
Whoa.
It cut my ear off, and like they had to reattach my ear.
Damn.
So from high school, you were breaking bottles over the head from the whiskey.
No, that was
video.
probably the last one.
Well, yeah. Imagine after that one, you cut it.
Do you remember Doogie and his crew?
that's what I was just gonna say. In the Pointless movie, that
got
was that
into
from
it.
that night when they were all trying to break bottles because they all loved
whiskey.
they loved whiskey and they loved Crusty Demons of Dirt.
Yeah. But Doogie, I remember tried it 4 or 5 times and didn't break, and it was the clunk heard
were
around
loud.
the world. Like it would dunk, and you're like, oh no. And you'd be like, I'll go one more time. And you're like, don't, dude. But I was like, I'll film it. But
I don't make I don't know the answer to this, but at the rate they were breaking them and as quickly as they were breaking them, those might have been some.
they might have been fake.
those
They
might-
might have been fake. Yeah.
I'm not saying
bottles.
I'm not saying they were.
Because they were just like,
Crack,
They
crack.
might have. It could also be like, I don't know, like the Canadian bottle
Are they
or
made
something
different?
might have been thinner. You know what I mean? Maybe
know.
back in the
Mine-
90s or
mine
Kokanese.
was my injury was with a Canadian, like I don't know, Molson Canadian or a Kokanee.
Yeah.
Well, yours broke. It wasn't like you were thugged you.
Oh,
Like
mine
it-
broke, but mine
You
destroyed
got to
the
pull
side of my
away.
face.
You got to like go down and away. You can't go down. You got to go.
Sometimes when you're swinging that hard,
You don't know. It is.
I'm sure you're in the right frame of mind.
yeah, when
too,
you're super house trying to break a bottle over your head, you're like, okay, remember down and out,
down and out.
down and out.
Mom, I messed up.
But back to what I was saying is that I think you made the Canadian people really proud because you made it to top of the line and you didn't ever come in less than Canadian all the time.
I
He had a
got
beaver on his board at one point.
we did hockey sticks too.
Yep.
I got very lucky in our era that we had multiple Canadian contests a year. They were the best attended events of the year. There was a massive following. Like I just more than anything timing wise. Like
And I mean, there was even, I remember we were all at Wakestock when we had, it was the Swollen members. They were all
yeah.
hanging out with us. We were all in the back there and it was like, like just all of us mingling. And it was like,
Wasaga.
Yeah. Wasaga. It was Wasaga.
Saga Beach.
And then some of those are great.
Like
What was the main dude? What was his name again?
There's Mad Child and Prevail.
Mad Child.
But the,
Mad
guy,
Child.
but the guy that it wasn't it Mocha that
Mocha
did,
only.
that did,
Mocha
that did the
only.
yeah.
Yeah, did the rap to the camera for the mixtape video
Yeah.
where he just rapped straight to us and we're all in the backstage with them and like you can see all of us just hanging out and Mocha's just like
Mocha
rapping
only.
and rapping and rapping.
Was it we had like a few years there in Wasaga because it went Bala, I think Wasaga, like it kept changing.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you what was the other name of the place.
Wasaga was like kind of like the Jersey Shore
Yeah.
of Canada.
That one I thought was like, I think that was like maybe a 3-year span there, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that one was really
Yeah,
fun.
and that one had the best water because it was in that channel
That little
in the
cut.
back. So like the actual wakeboarding was really good, and then they were flying pattern, and he was building the rails the whole way down the shoreline.
You remember the pool jam thing that we had there too? Like they would just like, because there was so much sand there, they would just bring a bulldozer in there, just
Yeah.
push all the sand. We'd throw liner down and then pull it with the boat out of the lake.
That one was, yeah, that was good. One of my favorite Wasaga stories is Wes Briscoe and Byerly were walking home from the bar and these locals were like talking shit. And Wes was like trying to be like passive and being like, no, it's okay, guys. We're not going to. And out of nowhere, Byerly just takes the whiskey bottle that they have, smashes it on the ground and goes, you want to fucking go? And Wes is like, oh shit, let's go then. We doing this? And then, like, but nothing ever happened. But it was like, it was a good, Wes was like, when Byerly turns it on, he'll stab you with a bottle.
I remember. I can't remember who. I know either Parks and Shane, I think Chad, you might have been with us too. When X Games was in Philadelphia and the contest went late in Wasaga Beach and we all had to rent a freaking a minivan, and it was all there was like 8 of us loaded in a minivan, drove from Wasaga Beach to Philadelphia overnight, and then we had to like be ready to go like the next day for X Games.
That's pretty. Yeah, I do remember that.
Good memory. I do remember that.
And we were going, and we just kept hitting all those tolls.
Yeah.
Remember, like we don't have like change in cash, and it was just toll after toll after toll after toll.
Man, the Canadian border is one of the hardest borders to get across. It seems like, dude, they are not.
I remember going through that super late that night too, because we're. Did we go late? Or I can't remember the exact situation. But
anyways, our riff-raff crew rolling through the border at like in the middle of the night. Right. We're not getting like just.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of us in a little minivan.
I remember when we all came through going out. I don't know if it was Kelowna or Vancouver at that point. We were like 3 minivans deep, and first minivan nationality, Canadian, 2 Aussies, 2 Americans, and a New Zealander. Second minivan, 3 Americans, an Aussie, and they're just all you guys. We spent like
no one's going anywhere.
Yeah, spent like three hours in the customs thing.
Dude, I wonder in those times, like, because that wasn't like we didn't have just Google Maps or whatever to get around. Like, I mean, I think we had some sort of thing, but like,
MapQuest.
But yeah, like us, nobody's printing shit out. Like, we would probably get in the van before we even realized where we needed to go and start driving. Be like, anybody know how to get to Providence, Rhode Island?
I was gonna say,
Just
with all due respect, that wasn't your problem.
I never was. I never was worried about it then. I'm just saying, looking back on it, it's
I
like
actually remember driving a good portion of that.
I could definitely.
Yeah,
I could see that. I definitely could see that. You know what I always laugh at is times that a bunch of us, everybody has to fly into Atlanta on the last flight to Orlando, and we're always late. Like that flight gets late, and then it goes, all right, are we really getting a hotel room here in Atlanta, or are we just renting a car and driving to Orlando?
I've done that a handful of times.
But it's always like somebody's like, I'm down to drive it, and the other 4 are like, I'm down to drink beers in the back the whole time. We get a little loose in the back.
I've probably done that with Travis Moy like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I've definitely done it with Travis Moy also.
Yeah.
What's the beer count you're crushing from Atlanta to Orlando?
Well, there'd usually be sleep somewhere, probably around Valdosta or.
But you hit it hard in the
yeah. Well, because
I feel like I would have to pee it like every 10 seconds, like every.
You got a
other
tiny
exit.
bladder.
Yeah, and then there'd be a lot of sleep, and then Travis would always wake us up.
The worst section is from like the Macon bypass to the Florida border.
Oh yeah, and then there's
going through Tifton.
There's been
going through all
construction
that.
going on there for 25 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Those barrels, they never disappear.
No, barrels and semis.
Barrels and semis.
Hey, we got one last Patreon question. Thank you all the Patreon members out there. Sign up and support the podcast and become a Top Shelf member and get on that spin to win here that we're getting ready to do in a little bit. But one more Patreon question from Ryan. I don't know how to say this.
Shimabukuro.
Shimabukuro. Yeah, I know. Well, it rolls off your tongue. Mine would have been. I would have got it.
I would have murdered. I wouldn't have done that.
Shimabukuro.
Yeah.
Shimabukuro.
So Ryan
Didn't Ryan
Shimabukuro
just
is Reed Shimabukuro, who from R&R's
R&R.
brother, but he
just
does.
came back with some gold medals.
No, yeah,
I
know
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I know who. Right, he's the archive master, dude.
Archive master, and he's the head coach of all of United States' speed skating.
It's pretty sick.
It's 2 different, very different.
Shout out
things.
Ryan, dude. What a diverse portfolio that is.
Not only do I have the biggest archive of wakeboarding footage from the late 90s and early 2000s, but I'm also a speed skating coach for the Olympics. Like, what?
And his is basic. It's not a crazy question. How'd you get the name Chowder? The nickname Chowder?
I actually think it was Kevco. Kevco started calling me that back, and it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Chowda.
Well, that's because Kevco had, growing up, they in one of the Aquanauts, they nicknamed Chowder also. So I think he was just made him feel good to have another
Another chowder.
chowder in his
down
life.
south chowder.
As far as I can remember, it was Gevco.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of
That makes a lot of sense. But it is a weird one. Now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, we have called you chowder for a while, and I have no clue where it came from.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Canadian ones like growing up, like through like when I was riding the Canadian tour and all that stuff. There was like Marbs. There was
Marbles is a funny one. That one's just because it's your Chad Sharpe, sharpest marbles,
yeah,
and it's great.
yeah, Sharpie, but yeah, the chowder definitely stuck when those eventually was
Sharpie.
down here.
Yeah.
And I'm 99% that was Kevco.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
I think that checks out. Didn't you win your first Pro Tour stop in Canada?
Vancouver.
Was it Abbotsford? Or?
Yeah, Abbotsford.
That's sick.
Yep.
How sick is that to win your first Pro Tour stop in Canada?
Parents were there, brother, family, like yeah.
Hometown site, pretty much.
I remember
Yeah.
that day. That was a big, it happened to Jeremy too.
Jeremy, the year
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Alberta, I think.
Yeah, the after party.
No, that was at the same place.
spot.
same
spot,
Same
yeah.
spot, yeah. Because back then the boats were a little smaller. Like that lake got short as the boats got bigger. That's kind of one of the reasons they moved it out of there too. But yeah, for the size of boats and that lake was deep and it was really good to ride at.
I was gonna say, I remember at that contest for that size, for that era, the wake was macking there.
Yeah, I mean that lake, it was a quarry. That lake was 20 plus feet deep.
You can tell by the shoreline. Shorelines are like 45 going straight into the water.
Yeah.
And you can tell it just. That is so bad. I remember that, dude. And dude, you want to hear a rowdy Canadian crowd when Chad just won that thing, being such an underdog too. Like at that, like kind of like
No,
it was your first big win, like kind of dude, and like being one of the only Canadians in the event, and it's in one event out of the whole years in Canada, and then he gets his first dude. And
It's big.
all your homies are there, all your parents are there, and I remember we were just going. It gives me good, like that's what it's fucking
good.
about right there.
And
It's
remember,
like
we all went to the Flying
the
Beaver.
simulation's real.
Remember, we all went to the Flying Beaver afterwards. Okay, the Flying Beaver. It's not a strip club. It's a.
I think I do remember.
It's a bar on the water. It's like it was like Jeff here's local watering hole when he lived in Canada, and I don't know, it was a Sunday night back then. Contest ended on a Sunday, and we went with a crew
It was in Vancouver, right?
in Richmond. So on the way to Vancouver,
But we all took bus. Did we take a rig or how did we get there?
I don't remember the details.
Did fights break out?
Nope. No, this was like this was a mellow Sunday night for them. I want to say they maybe closed at midnight. We didn't get there till like 10. And I remember Mark Gibbs was with us, like Jeff, like the whole crew. And they're like, "Hey guys, we're getting ready to close up." But Jeff was friends with like the owners and all the bartenders. And I'm like, back then we were taking that shot, broken down golf carts. I'm like, "I'll take 100." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "I'll take 100." Gibbs goes, "I'll take 100 too." Jeff, "I'll take 100 too." So all of a sudden there's 300 shots getting ready. And then whoever's up next is like, "I'll take 50 Molson Canadians."
That's good.
And they're like, hold on a sec. So like, I guess they made a call or whatever. They're like, "All right, listen, we're going to close up. You guys just chill for a bit." There were like probably 40 of us in there. They closed up shop. The entire bar staff, the entire bartenders all partied together till like who knows how late.
That's cool. That is a cool one. I love that. That's a fun story.
I love that whole setup there because we had the buses pulled up, and then like I loved when we had the buses at stops because we could rally the buses and get ready. Like if you didn't want to go like back to the hotel or whatever, rally around the buses. Then everyone would like kind of get together, then go out.
Yeah. Portland was a good one for that.
Portland was a great one for that.
That Blue Lake Park.
Remember, Chad, when we put tents under Bish's bus and we did a whole run of where we just would set up tents outside of the bus.
Just piggyback that.
Remember that Blue Lake, that Portland one in particular, we stole the John boat that night. And they're like, "Dude, the prop was just a flower."
Just
the next
mangled.
day. And they're like, "Hey, what happened to the John boat?" We're like, "Oh, we didn't see anyone."
That was another stop that had insane crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Lake.
Blue Lake was a good one. Anything once you started getting up north, where they had shorter summers, where they tried to pack everything in, those events would always be great.
And it was the thing too
Midwest
that
too.
Detroit back in the day.
And there was the thing that they would do consistent stops there. Like it would be there every year.
Yeah.
Like it was
Like for, like,
Portland for a
10
long
years.
time. It would be, and then whenever you change that spot or change like you don't go back to that city, it's like, or you just bring one
It loses
in,
the momentum.
loses the momentum. But that's what was always good about Canada is like those spots that you would go to would be there for, 4 years, 3 years, 5 years or whatever, and you would get this crowd that way.
They just love they appreciate the good days.
No,
there,
they
too, and
appreciate
really,
it. Yeah, they loved it.
Detroit was wild, dude. Ruck, do you remember the Pro Tour stop when we're doing the Star Spangled Banner to
And the Cottonmouth Kings were
Cottonmouth
playing.
Kings, dude. There's like a boat. Everyone,
Kings, I forgot about those
Dude, the whole
dudes.
wakeboard contest is there. Hats off, boats going through with a flag, just waving, and it's like we're playing Star Spangled Banner, and there's a huge stage on the other side of the lake with, a massive stage. And dude, as they're running it down, are y'all ready to smoke some fucking weed? Dude, and the Cottonmouth Kings, and they're just like known for like a weed kind of like
Yeah.
hip hop band, and dude, and they just start going, dude. And I was like, dude, I remember the car lit on fire.
That
There was like just a random car in the parking lot, like burning on. I was like, dude, Cottonmouth Kings.
was a wild. There was a shit ton of people at that Pro Tour stop.
That's awesome.
Anytime they mixed them with music, they were.
Yeah.
That was whether it was Wake Fest, Wake Stock, like that event, like.
No, yeah, it would go off because then you get those people and they're already ready to have fun, and then there's wakeboarding crew that's like, oh, not only is there wakeboarding, but I get to watch a concert. It's great. It's a great blend.
It was all X Games era.
Yeah.
Shane, why don't you?
Yeah, I got a little something here for you, Chad. This is from Danny Venzura.
Oh wow.
Danny Venzura. And he says, Chad, Danny Venzura here. Wanted to say thank you for all the great times we've had filming. What a blast. I've been spending some time between archiving old footage, and I came across the tape I didn't realize I had. The road gap from the projects.
Oh, that was fun.
At the time, I was working with Dick House on Jackass. We shot out there for the show. Later on, the movies. I told them you were doing what you were going to do, and they said, send us the footage, and we'll put it on the show. What I failed to do was shoot the classic Jackass intro, the whole I'm Chad Sharpe and I'm doing the road gap. And shoot everybody's reactions. I forgot to dub in all the footage. When I found out, I sent it to Shane right away, hoping I can talk about this, hoping you can talk about that day, the makes, the big slam. I remember after that, I shot that exact same spot that you hit the road, and then you made the next attempt. I'm so happy to have this footage. Also, if you could talk about Pat Panacos and the projects and what that did for our sport, thanks so much.
Yeah.
So-
Shout out Danny.
Yeah,
Danny V, dude.
Danny.
So I want to show you this too, because this is almost unreleased footage.
Yeah. So this never came out, really.
Yep. That was the skinny rail too.
Here we go. This is
So this is the
great.
setup for that.
And
shoot
this is
out of
just
the
raw.
projects.
This is just raw footage from Danny Venzera. He had like 2 or 3 cameras out there. I know for a fact that Parks was out there. Parks actually was filming from a certain angle.
Remember, he gave me a little dad cam that I'm just walking
Little
around.
dad cams. I know Jeff here was out there because I saw him in the background of one of the shots, and Tony Smith. So you had a good crew out here. And what's crazy about this rail is it's still set up at the projects to this day. Like Rivers just did a post where she was like sitting on the rail.
John Dreiling hit it just a couple.
Oh, did
yeah,
he? Did he?
Yeah, he like re-scabbed it up and then.
That's
hit
it.
Yeah.
So watch this. This is good stuff right here. Yeah, Panacos right there helping you out with the ropes.
Skinny.
Parks back there in the yellow
Young
hat.
Patty P.
Yeah.
Look at all the rocks on the front. and
After the
back,
first
too.
fall.
Oh, that's a lot of rocks.
Look at the boat too that they're using to shoot it.
Pat asked me to put on a helmet, which I wasn't wearing at first.
Damn,
Look how
not-
sketchy that rope
Yeah,
is.
short run in. Oh, off to the side. At least you made the gap.
And this is like what we were talking about earlier. Like these, you didn't know how fast you were supposed to hit something or what it was supposed to be like.
Oh,
that's a
I
good
like
one.
how you didn't
There's-
make the
there's
first
Dan- there's
two,
Danny
so
down
you
at the
went for a
bottom.
backlip.
This
oh
is
no.
it.
Oh,
So that one actually split the helmet in half.
that one did. And
That's-
Pat told you to put on the helmet before that.
right before that one, because I wasn't. These
Here
are
it
all
is. This is actually Parks' angle right here too. Boom. So watch, like right there where you fell. Look at the rocks. Look at the rocks that are just right there that you
Dude, you
split
just cartwheeled through that shit.
Dude, it's wild.
That would have been a head split. It cut me through the helmet.
Maybe you show the audio right there. Oh,
Yeah.
classic Chad helmet throw.
First
Is
off,
there audio?
Danny,
I do have-
Danny,
yeah,
thank you
there's
so much
audio.
for sending this footage. It was truly a pleasure to shoot with you back then,
Dude, and you get right back out there.
This is seriously the next hit. Right there.
Yeah.
It's crazy that you just got up and were like, I got this. I'm gonna just do it. And yeah, this
There's
is
Jeff.
oh yeah, that's awesome.
so
What
this
the
is okay. So this is what also Danny said to me in one of the other texts. Is he goes, usually when I film skateboarding, if I see somebody fall on something or take a bail, I will get in the same exact spot where they bailed because the odds of them falling in the same spot is pretty small. So this is him now literally right where you fell, like right by the rail. And it's like something he does. He's like, I just don't think that the odds of him hitting me are very,
The
very
rope
high.
was outside too.
Oh yeah, he
Oh.
was in between.
He's
the
in
rope.
between the
Yeah.
rail and the rope. Like it's
Damn.
crazy. Yeah.
Stomped it, dude. that
Stomped
was
it.
really sick, Chad. Dude, I can't believe you split the helmet in half.
And then this is Parks going out there after he watched you just finally make it and go, okay, at least we got the timing right or the speed
Oh,
right.
dude.
Oh, that was a good one.
Look at
Parks.
those dagger
yeah, I was gonna
fins,
say,
dude.
that's what dug in on that one is
Yeah.
those metal fins.
There you go.
Oh,
Almost toadied.
You did almost slip out there. You can see you lift a little
I
bit
gotta
on
put
the
the hand
toes.
down, probably. No?
No, you don't have
To
to.
Danny's multi-part question too is the projects were influential to all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we were able to go out there whenever we wanted. Pat would just
Shout out, Pat.
Yeah, shout out Pat. And kind of build whatever we wanted to out there if we
And
could.
show us how to build.
That is true. Show us how to build it properly.
Build
that,
properly.
that probably made our building.
Boys, this is a string line.
right.
Totally. Like we
You put
I
your
mean,
first
we're
post and your last
We're using
post. in
duct
the
tape
string.
and cinder blocks and scrap. And then he's like, no, go to Home Depot, buy this. This is how you pound a post. This is how you set a string line. And he really told us like kind of like how to do it from there.
Remember back then though, you could build like a 75-foot rail for like $300.
Yeah.
Now it's like $3,000.
No, now it would take a lot. Could you imagine all the 2x4s and 4x4s that you need, and then the tracks and like all of that? That would be it honestly cost you at least $1,500.
I think Trex is pushing like $60 a board or something.
Is it really now?
Yeah.
Oh my lord! I remember back in the day, it was a six. What was it?
Is it
yeah.
vintage?
It was like $16.
Yeah.
I think it is a vintage.
So there's like new stuff right now because I was working on docks over the last couple of years, and like there's like a full on Cool Touch version of the Trex and stuff that's like
That stays cold?
$60-$70 a sheet.
It's like textured on the. I think it's.
Yes, it doesn't. I guess it
Just
doesn't
uses
heat
the
up.
heat.
Yeah,
That's for that posh dock builder. That's like, I want to walk on the dock, but I don't want my feet to get hot.
pretty sure Marco's new dock is built out of
Yeah,
that.
I would definitely.
Yeah.
He's got cool.
I think so.
I put a fucking AC on the.
No, a lot of people are using it. It's crazy expensive.
No, but I mean, it's all that footage too. I'll
Thank you, D, for sending that in.
Yeah,
thank you,
Yeah,
Danny.
amazing.
I don't know if I missed a part of that question, but yeah, the projects was like so influential.
No, I was just asking almost about the bales and the crash. Like you did talk about all of that and the makes, because the make's crazy. The fact that it's still up, and when you drive into the projects, you see this setup and you're like, it just looks daunting from nowadays.
Didn't Pat have a gate up between it for a while?
Yeah, I think there was.
It was
a
like the
Chad, who is driving that?
I'm not sure.
Because that's just like what we were
Ryan
talking.
Doyle?
What we were talking. No, that was before Doyle.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pat probably was.
Yeah, it might have been Pat.
But I'm just saying, like, you were the first person to hit a rail that was that gnarly with rocks round. Who, like, you think Pat, like, just right off the bat was like, yeah, probably this is the right speed, right? Like, you're testing the speed, you're testing the line. Like, back in those days, like, hitting that big of a rail with a gap behind a boat, like, at a cable, it's a different story. You line up, you're pretty much, you know what I mean? Like, figuring out your line with the tension
There's so much that could
with
go
a
wrong.
boat that's going to be a little bit different every single time you hit it.
Yeah.
that was like that was a whole different world of hitting rails and hitting stunts.
Parks, you were like the best at it though. Is like finding your line. Like no matter
Maybe after I watch you roll across the rocks a couple times.
No matter what the boat was doing, like you kind of knew what line you needed to come into that rail.
Yeah, it was a tricky thing back then, and like it's a. Yeah, I think
Parks, you were really good at adapting to the difference, like what we were saying. Like the boat would always be different. You were really good at adapting and learning how to utilize tension in a split hair second. Like, okay, my tension's a little different now. I'm gonna have to, make these adjustments. You know what I mean?
I mean, until this new generation, I would say almost like Daniel Grant and after, like even the Stuckies have this, but it's like nobody spent as much time on the water as Parks. And I always remember when we were riding being like, Parks has more boat or water knowledge of how this board's going to work on this wave or different things on rails and stuff. It was always just like I knew he knew best. Like he could figure it out faster than anybody else. Like, and even just something,
and maybe not be able to explain it. Maybe it was a feel kind of thing.
But we could take notes from you and be like, look, you're dropping out wide, and then you're coming in and using that tension to carry you over, like to a certain spot, or just even like adapting to it so fast. And it was always like, yeah, like those early rails, you not only have to figure out how to bail correctly, but you have to realize when shit goes crazy. If I hit this upslope and I am flying, where is my bail and how do I get there from taking the line that I'm on right now? Totally. And it's not like cable riding. It's probably similar to winching, but even winching now, they know you just ride over a little hump. You do this. You slowly gradual up to this thing. You don't first
tackle it.
You don't turn the winch on and go, I'm hitting this and doing a 270 on first time. Like you just have to learn what the tension and what the water's doing.
Well, just like even like so at your mom's house when we built the big one where it had the big ladder up to that up, the metal rails up high and then the green pipes down.
Yeah.
Do you remember we put a boat buoy out on the front of it, right? So we could buoy for the boat to line up with. So so that we drove the exact same line every time.
Probably even two buoys so that you hit. Yeah, and you weren't just like turning like that.
Exactly.
So
I can't remember, but I know we marked something for the boat out there.
Yeah. It checks out.
Even that idea of just edging out, like when do you start edging for this thing? Because that all changes. You edge out way too soon, you're just getting.
It's like winching, like you were saying though. It's about like taking and slow. Chad, you said this first, like you go faster, hotter to the outside if it's clear over there, then you you gauge from there, then you like
figure out what'll pull you back in or like how much you need to go. Remember, speaking of that, that rail at your mom's house, that when you put your head through the handle on that one.
Oh, what?
Wasn't that one of the pipe rail?
Oh, I put my arm through that. I put my arm through the handle.
Yeah,
that was crazy. I was trying like a 450 off, pulling like a bunch of slack and just like a really bad one, and then just whoop. I remember my whole right arm was like so swollen for like
hermit
crab. For like that Byerly called me. They get baby Parks, you look like a crab. Dude, my arm was just so huge and big.
Yeah,
that actually reminds me of another story of when Chad, you slammed the handle down and it bopped back up and wrapped around your head.
We told this story. We told this story on one of the episodes.
Tell it from your point of view, because this was on Grub's. I think Grub or Danny's. Maybe it was one of those, but they told it. But I want to hear it from you because I don't remember this.
That was a wild day because multiple things happened that day, both to do with the rope. So the first one, mine was like a morning session. We're what was that? We're up in Crescent Bar.
Snake River,
Snake River, Crescent.
I wasn't there for that.
We're at Crescent Bar.
I just love the story.
And it was kind of glass calm but rolly. I don't know if you guys have ridden on that before, but it's almost worse than being choppy. Like with everything's going like that, just nothing was going well. Trying to get my shots for the catalog.
That's the first 2 years of Ronix, I think, too.
Like maybe the first. Yeah, and just having a heck of a session, and I just like pulled in, spiked the handle, was going to call it a day, but when I spiked the handle, it popped straight back up. and it had slack in it, and it wrapped around my head. And I still standing, and then it went tight, and then like
This is the best.
then it like zip tied on my head, but I was still riding, and everyone in the boat's like, we don't know what to do. Do we stop or do we keep going? And I'm just like,
Because Danny was driving, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think Danny told it from his perspective driving it.
And he's like, I can't stop because
Yeah.
then it's going to get tension.
So then I'm like fighting, trying to undo this thing from my head, and I just got like rope burn, like 360 around my head.
It's the funniest thing I've ever.
And I like finally got it off. And I think I fucking threw it down again. Like,
yeah, you were probably even more mad, which is crazy.
yeah. And then like 2 riders later, Adam Arrington was riding. And
I remember this.
and that was obviously early on Ronix, and we had really long binding laces. And he did, you know how he used to always big back up and stuff, whatever. He did like a backside 180, but he dropped the handle. Well, we didn't know he dropped the handle, but he was still getting towed, and he was like kind of leaning against the wake. The binding lace had kept wrapped the handle.
Wrap
and
the handle.
so
That's
he was
So he's laying down. His back is on like the curl of the wake, and he's like hydroplaning. His board's still on plane, and the rope is wrapped around the lake lock. And
That's
and it's
crazy.
pulling him.
And he's
Still-
like-
and he's still going.
and we're like, I think I actually might have been driving for that. And it was another one. We're like, do we stop or do we? I don't want to blow his knee out. I don't want to hurt him. Like
Yeah.
I think we stop.
I think
on
we-
that?
I think we
had
just,
to 'cause
like,
you couldn't.
completely pulled
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, pulled off and maybe gave it a little
Yeah.
reverse. to
Gave it
try
a
to
new
get us-
transmission.
yeah.
You know, you used some terminology in there that I would like to clarify. Is you said that he like big backed up. I just want to say shout out JD Webb.
Oh yeah,
That
JD
one.
Webb.
Oh, big back.
The big
original-
back up is like where in wakeboarding where you fall over and your back hits and you put almost all your weight on your back, but then you stand back up.
Yeah. Well, it used to
called a
be
big back.
It
was
was
originally called the schwenk.
The schwenk is where you fall
From
and you're
swing. Fully
dragging,
Shout
and
out
then
to-
you tumble back up like barefoot tumble, like you get it around. Big back is where you just go. You're going this way, you go back, and then just go, blah, and stand back up because you got such a big back. It's almost like a knee board behind you. Yeah, no, that's good. I know one
Thanks for
time.
clearing that up, Rod.
Yeah.
Well,
There was some lingo in there.
you know,
that,
some
like,
people might
a
have
lot
been.
of,
might
a lot of
not know.
wakeboard heads don't even.
People
might
were
not
probably
even-
like, "Did he say big back?"
It's because you got to have a big back for this. It's not a thin back situation.
I don't know that Adam had the biggest of backs.
No,
I think
no,
he
no.
also weighed like 137
No,
pounds.
it's still
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
back to weight ratio.
Well,
ratio was, like,
back
really-
to weight.
Here's what really, you know, he was being pulled by a bootlace. So I
Yeah.
mean,
No, well, there's also it's not the schwenk or the big back, but I consider it almost like a Rivers Hendrix now, and that's when you land and go out the front, but you don't ever fall,
Yeah,
and then you
it's the-
slowly
the
bring
Olfen
it back.
Kai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Olfen Kai.
Yeah.
But Rivers has done it a
Dino.
few times now. Dino would do it. Yeah,
Stefan Tran.
Stefan Trent. That's
oh
a
yeah,
name.
that's right.
That
It's
guy
a
would
name.
that guy would do Rayleigh to blind as wide as the boat could go, and then go and then back.
And stand back.
Is it
up.
in? He does that in. Is it hype?
One of them, yeah.
Or like his first clips of like riding a hyperlight board, like I can't remember what it was, but he actually does it like an S bend or something like that.
He
And
did,
lands.
well, he did the first double S spin, only double
Yeah.
S spin behind the boat. I don't think anyone fucked with that.
I don't think anybody.
Maybe.
No, nobody wanted to fuck with that after that.
Oh
Yeah.
damn, man, that was good.
That is really good.
You remember what's
I
that?
need a Tom.
Oh yeah, we can get
Oh,
you.
yeah.
We'll
We'll
take
take
a
a
little
little
break. We'll take a
break.
little break. Yeah.
And that was actually at
Double or nothing.
the Double or Nothing on Clear Lake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2004.
That's at the park right there.
Yep.
Doc was
We're talking about a picture of Chronic, my old dog, Dallas Fridays, pointing at his balls. He had big old balls, but this was the subscribe page. What did it say?
You're nuts if you
You're
don't.
nuts if you don't. Yeah, that's good.
I'll take a picture of him. Post.
The Alliance subscribe pages were great back in the day.
Chronic really had a set of nuts on him.
He really did, dude. Just a real wrecking balls back there. Almost like a conversation stopper. A beautiful dog, great character. All you could talk about with its balls.
What was that? One of the closing pages on Alliance all the time. It was the Who's That or it was like the candid photos.
I love. It was like
The
a
big
mon-
heads,
It
big
was,
heads.
but
No, not big
before the
heads.
big heads, they had the montage of like all kinds
Yeah.
of just freaking
People partying,
Yeah,
Pro Tour stops.
I remember there was one of me with the cig hanging out of my mouth and me throwing a dart, and like Tony took it like at a tour stop, and I remember getting a call from my mom, and she's just like, "Nice."
Dude, and that's like the passive aggressive stuff from your mom that just like that hurts.
You know, that's something that can't be emulated because we've talked about it before. I've talked with Bill from Alliance about it, but it's the overheards. The overheards were something that just the way they wrote it, the way they captioned it, like different.
Well, that was Tony.
Yeah, but it was also like Chase and like
everyone
all
contributed
of
'cause you
contributed,
heard
but
it.
you would know how it worked because
It was-
of how it was phrased. Like
It was an overheard caption that they would put in the end of Alliance, and there was all this funny shit that people would say at a bar, at a restaurant, at a Pro Tour stop, plane, wherever,
Voicemail.
voicemail, whatever. But it was like, and
but
there
it was
all these.
the
You
way
wouldn't
it
know
was
the
written.
context.
The way it was written is there would be the quote that the person said, and then the punchline is the context and the situation that it was said.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's
you're
where
right,
it makes
you're
it funny. Like it was delivery and then punchline, and that's
Right.
the punchline wasn't actually what was said. It was where and how and who he was saying it to, and it was just beautifully built, like that thing that you can't rewrite unless you had the witty people writing
Well,
those.
and the beautiful thing about that is that it was just like this next level bit of character creation for who these people you're looking at in these magazines are.
Yeah.
Yeah, just they say normal stuff that anyone else would say.
Normal or
And
completely
sometimes
outlandish.
It was just like it was
Well,
like
but outlandish, but like
Yeah.
not filtered.
sometimes it would be simple to be like, I love this shit, and it was like so and so sitting in the middle seat after Brenton Priestley just farted,
Yeah.
and it was like,
Yeah, no,
you know,
no. My favorite one, and it was quote unquote from me. Why don't you go ask my brother? And then it was when somebody asked Shane Bonifay, "What's it like to be the
I
brother of
remember
the
that
best
one.
wakeboarder?" And that's how it was built because like my sentence wasn't funny on its own, but like the idea that I'm like, why don't you go ask my brother? Like, or, why don't you go
Shane,
ask Park?
it doesn't surprise me
That I would
once
pull that
again,
one out?
That you would literally say that your favorite overheard was your overheard.
No, of course. I'm the funniest person in the world, and it was mine. So no, I was just speaking from the heart of what I remembered.
I'm just
I remember
joking.
one of the.
I'm just
I remember one
joking.
of them was like Parks blows dogs for quarters or something. Like,
I think that's a Jay and Silent Bob quote that I might have even said that somebody heard and
that's
was like,
fucked up. That you
Yeah.
got plagiarizing shit that got overheard.
So
Yeah.
you said that one too?
I think so.
I'm telling you, dude. Alliance would put anything back up.
Parks plus dogs for quarters.
I think a good one would have been. I don't think it was actually an overheard, but we were on the Powell trip for the video game.
Oh, Blacklist with
the
Xbox.
Microsoft trip, and we're all up the hill having a fire, drinking beers, and there's a microphone going around, and Ruck has the microphone, and he's trying to do a freestyle. He goes, "Hey Parks, what's that one freestyle I know?"
What's that one I know?
He just leaned up with the mic. Not even the mic. I think it was the intercom of
Yeah,
the
it was
boat.
the intercom.
What's that one freestyle?
And it's like, baby, what's that one I know?
You know what's crazy is I came across the Three Stooges CD the other day.
Oh, you found it because
I
we were
think
talking
so.
about this. Three Stooges is me, Randall, you, and
Us
yeah,
three.
it's us three.
And we're in Randall's
You
garage.
found the CD.
I think
No
I have
fucking
I haven't
way.
put it in the computer to see if
This
it
is
plays.
awesome, dude.
but
I was
yeah.
wondering if we would ever find that.
It says Three Stooges on it, so we'll see if it has some tracks
We're
on
talking
it.
about that on the Christmas episode or something.
Because didn't you guys bring that to Blacklist? The
Yeah,
trip?
that's when we were listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can guarantee you, Randall hated the idea that me and Parks were like, "Yo, you got to hear these raps right now."
Yeah, bro, that's like
Hey, one thing I did want to bring up that I was talking to PB earlier about is on the Blacklist trip, Chad, when you climbed the mountain.
That was fun.
Solo.
It's crazy.
Well, let me set it up because we were all sitting on the houseboat, and then Chad goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go climb that mountain up there. Anyone want to go?" And there's like fucking like 12, 15 of us. Not one person fucking wanted
Well,
to go.
the little
No, and I was like, no.
little background on that. We had shot early, and then the second crew went out to shoot. So there were just a few of us sitting on there. I'm like, I'm gonna go get some exercise.
Yeah, you.
That's the background on that.
That's the background.
You decided to climb a probably, I would say,
1,000 foot.
it was so high. It was so crazy because I remember we all sat down there and you had a bright orange spy sweatshirt on and you climbed it and you would disappear behind giant ridges and then come back out. And we're like, holy shit, there he is. And we'd see you climb for a little bit and then you disappear again. And then we're like,
We were living vicariously through you, dude. And we were just like, where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. And then, dude, when you got to the top, dude, it was just like,
And you were just
It's-
standing up there like,
I Powell this
we had
year.
the cameras. We were like zooming in on you, dude.
At Powell this year, I pointed out not where he climbed, but it's basically
scale of
it's
it.
the scale of it. And I go, we were hanging out on the houseboat, and Chad climbed that right there. And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Chad climbed that right there. Like it would have taken, I think it was like
Hour or two.
I would
Maybe
say
more.
maybe more. But I was like, it was insane. We all just sat down here and had beers and watched you just climb up. But then you climbed up and came down and got a bunch of us and climbed us like
dude,
halfway
he
up.
climbed back down.
No, we went all the way up.
No, we were all so
Yeah, a
psyched,
bunch of the
but when
boys
he came
came
back
up.
down. We all got on the boats, met up with him over there, and we were like, we're going up with it. So Chad went back up with all,
with the
and then
pad.
you took
But
like
just like hitting a gnarly rail for the first time, you showed us the trail.
pioneer,
and
dude.
Like the crazy thing is, I remember going up like some of these sketchy ass little
sketchy.
like
we're not
like
hikers.
you're
either.
like literally on a ledge too, where it's like a fucking 100-foot drop off, and I'm just like thinking to myself, Chad just did this by himself, not having a clue where he's actually going.
And
So sketchy.
when we went back up a second time, I brought the camera and we were filming, but I think it was maybe you, Dan, and Watson or some, I don't know. There's three of you jumping on a giant boulder
Yes.
to try to send it down the mountain. And if the boulder
Allegedly.
if the boulder dropped, all of you were dead. All of you were dead. And it would just not have like, it just would have got, because there's a shot of you jumping, not even holding on to anything. You're just jumping on this rock. And it, like, if it just went, where are you going? You're going with it. And it was the craziest. I was like, this is insane right now. But
That wasn't even the sketchiest thing of that trip that I did.
The beer run.
The beer run. Got caught in like a hurricane.
There was a storm coming in, a crazy. You know how the Powell storms come on you
yeah.
fast.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was a lack of beer bought. And again,
Nothing's worse than Powell when you run out of beer, though. Or liquor.
that was like day 2.
Yeah.
So we were shooting that mud rail. Remember? It was like that mud rail. I got my shots done right away. I was like first or second to ride. And then I'm like, hey, anyone using that ski? And then we'd all been rallying around and just started throwing money in the pot because like we wanted a couple more beers. We had like, a week and a half left on the trip. So I
How many
grabbed,
beers you putting on that jet?
oh, dude, you wouldn't even believe it. It was
It's so stacked.
every like the wells were full, everything in the front. I had like 4 on my lap.
And
like,
they were massively shaken up.
3 or 4. and
Cardboard boxes are all disintegrated from the water.
so
Beers flying.
I left it like we were 4 hours away from the dock. So I left it like, let's say for number's sake, like 10 or 11 a.m. Ride there was fine. Kind of ripped there, got there in like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours. I turned to go back and this storm just kicked up and it was like 4 foot, like just, and I got all this extra weight on this thing. So I'm just, we're like kind of putting through it. And then like started losing time and it got dark. And
It wasn't fully dark when you got back.
it was
almost
getting
dark.
And like if it had gotten any darker, because we're just down a channel, who knows what channel 3 hours
Yeah,
away.
but you have no GPS, no headlamp, no
No.
headlamp. Like it is.
There was a point there where like it was so gnarly, it was starting to get dark, and I'm like, I don't even know which channel I have to go find. And then just like right when all hope was kind of lost, I saw the houseboat lights in the distance.
I remember a couple of us on the houseboat, like straight up fucking worried. We're like, fuck, Chad's not back yet. Like this storm is coming in. Like I remember like being like pretty worried we were like just sitting there like watching, like looking down the cut where you'd be coming from, just waiting for you. Yeah. And then what I remember, like the whole gang was up there. And like as soon as like just when you saw the houseboat lights, we saw a ski coming. I just remember it was just like, yeah.
That was, if I remember correctly, and keep in mind with inflation and all that stuff, that was like $500-600 worth of shit on the jet ski.
Yeah.
I got a good visual of the storm hitting and Chad bailing on our campsite and just like hunkering down for survival, and he beaches it. And then
He's got all the
he's
beer.
got all the fucking beer. And Chad just starts, he's probably just drinking like 2 beers at a time, just pour it on his head.
There's one from like Brotock days that Balzer was dropping somebody off at the dock. And was he dropping you off?
He was
at
dropping Adam Arrington, myself, the whole Ronix crew. He was Eric, you on that?
I don't know if it was.
Oh,
But
sorry.
anyways, he dropped everybody
From where?
out at Powell during one of the Brostocks. But he dropped everybody off at the whatever.
He didn't drop me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a flight out
But
of Page.
he drove back and it was getting dark and he hit like a shallow spot but he beached the boat, like totally beached it. He couldn't get it off and he slept under fat sacks. Like he didn't even
It gets
have
cold in
he
Lake
didn't
Powell,
even
yeah.
have like he might have had a t-shirt or whatever, but he said he got so cold and he couldn't get the boat off and he just pulled a fat sack up and just laid there. And then in the morning somebody came and they pulled the boat off. And luckily the prop wasn't bad enough that he couldn't drive another like
So he
20,
just
30.
beached it, kind of
Just
just the
beached it.
fins ran. And sometimes you
I
get
think
a-
he still messed up the prop, but not bad enough that once they pulled him off, he couldn't get to the
Or the
other
boat's not gonna
houseboats.
sink,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like he said he slept under a fat sack and we were like, shit, we didn't even know you were gone, dude. Like everybody's just like,
He dropped us off. We didn't hear about that story till like 2 weeks later.
yeah.
Like
It's a
What was this
crazy one.
Brostock 2007 or 8 probably or something?
Was that the same year Oshizi went to the clink?
I think that was the next year.
Yeah, it was probably in that same era, like within
Oh,
a few
yeah.
years. Might have been, but I don't think it's
this was the one that we had to fly straight from Brostock to the Ronix shoot
In Snake River.
to Snake River. Yeah. So
I
you
was at
That
one.
was
Yeah, so
07.
Yeah, I remember that.
you
one.
might have been on that
Or maybe 06.
boat with
I was-
Balzer.
I don't know.
No, I wasn't on the boat
I'll
with
blur
balls
together.
when he had to sleep at night.
Were you sleeping in the parking lot with us at the airport? The Page Airport, like the really tiny one.
No, I think I flew out later.
Oh, because Balzer gave like I don't know, like there was a bunch of us, like 5 or 6 of us.
It's crazy. It's good stuff. Solid Brostock story.
Yeah, I heard he was freezing at night, and then they didn't come right away in the morning. Then he was like getting sunburnt in the morning. Just the extreme temperatures.
Balzer's actually coming to town soon. We're gonna have him on.
Nice. Yeah, I talked to him.
Let's
Like,
go, dude. Balzer's awesome.
No, I love it.
Man, bring his kids on too. They're
I know,
they're
those
wild
little
chops too.
hellions. The whole Balzer family. Candy Balls.
Candy balls.
Candy Balls, his wife, Candace Balzer.
Should we do a little spin to win real quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
what's spin to win?
Spin to win is a good question, Chad. This is where we take all the top shelf Patreon members. If you support the Bonifay Banter on the top shelf program, we put your name on this spin to win wheel, and then we give away prizes every episode. Give away some wakeboard sometimes. We give away some melon hats, some
Alligator
prints,
heads.
alligator heads.
We've done
yeah,
it all.
some Uncle Paul pontoon cruises.
Yeah.
Just cruise.
You guys got a squad.
Didn't Dano give away a trip to Cornfest? Or
Yep.
Yeah, the
Trip to
Hunter
Cornfest.
Thane one. Hunter Thane one.
And a bunch of toys. Gave away some yo-yos and some what are the not the didgeridoos,
Kendamas.
Kendamas. Yeah. All right. So this is everybody on the list right now. These are all the top shelf Patreon members. Chad, you go ahead and smash that.
Let them know what they're going to win real quick. I
hit
think
the
we're
button.
just giving
Yeah.
away. We're going to give away the puffin koozie
Yeah.
right there. You pick that thing up,
We
and
got-
then we also got some stuff. This could be a mystery box from the Banter Cave because we have a bunch of random stuff from Dano. We got possibly a pointless shirt. You never know what you're going to get in this box, but it will be some. We got some standard magazines down there.
What was the one we gave away last episode? The bee.
Yeah, we
We
gave away
the
the custom
bee.
bee. You see that custom bee?
Yeah, somebody
There was
made
That's awesome.
that
Kyle
for us. They
Rogers,
made
yeah.
a second one that we shipped to. But yeah, so it's always something different, always something cool. But yeah, this will be just a bunch of goodies, standard mags, puffin koozies, pointless tees, All the goodness.
Yeah. So Chad, you
Right,
Let
just
her
that
go.
thing.
The setup?
Ready? You got the button ready? You got the music ready, P?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Are you screen recording?
Oh, no. Good call.
And once again, thank you all the Patreon members supporting the podcast, making it worth it for us to do it. Truly means a lot. Yeah, Chad, hit that thing. Let's go, baby.
Let it
Just hit
go.
dead center.
Yeah,
Yep.
dead center.
Bam.
Bang. She's spinning.
And the winner is
Oh, it was almost Henshaw. Jason Painter.
Jason Painter.
That's how you do it right there. Taking it down.
I want to say he might have been a previous winner already, but I like it. Jason Painter getting a box of goodies.
I think he's one of the most recent subscribers.
Oh, okay. That's what it is, because I do remember the name from putting it in just whenever he signed up. So, Jason Painter, you're winning something.
Congratulations, brother. And yeah, once again, thank you all for all signing up and supporting the podcast through Patreon. Shane, what should we get into? You want to do, should we got trivia?
Let me hit him with a little rapid fire.
Chad, saddle up. You're going to need a fresh beer for this.
My timing was good on that. Ruck, let me hear an answer from you too if you hear any of these that you want to answer. You know?
Just shout it out.
Just you can comment. You don't have to like interrupt, but you can like this first one. I think you'll have a good opinion on it, but I want to know Chad's first.
Okay.
These one-word answers, or
They're just fast questions. However you think. Some of them might be one word.
You can elaborate that.
Yeah,
And
answer
we
it
might,
however you
we might
feel.
pepper on it too.
Best Canadian band.
ooh, damn, it's tough. Brian Adams.
Brian Adams. What do you think, Rob?
Propaganda.
Propaganda? See, I would go Rush. Isn't Rush?
Rush is good, yeah.
Yeah.
Canadian
all right.
man. What about Bombargo?
Well, yeah, no, Bombargo, right there. Sorry, it's right there. Yeah, Bombargo, yeah. No, but I mean, Rush is, yeah, you know. French fries or poutine?
Poutine.
Poutine.
French fries and gravy, sir.
What about poutine or pierogies?
Oh, they're both so good. Probably pierogies.
Mm.
I grew up on those. Ukrainian.
How do you like them? How do you dress
Ukrainian,
them up? Because you can dress pierogies up a lot of different ways.
Canadian. Bacon, sour cream, chives.
Damn, that's good.
It sounds.
Remember in Kelowna? Kelowna, the pierogi stand?
Never forget that stand. That changed my life that night.
Best after bar stand ever.
No talk.
Favorite beer?
Probably just nice mellow Miller Lite.
That's what I was hoping. Favorite rail or gap you've ever done?
We kind of touched this earlier. Like I said, the step ups to the pool at Lake Ronix, those were an absolute blast. You could cut as hard as you wanted, as long as you didn't end up on the turf. You're good.
Good call. That was a fun one. Manageable, but got your heart
Yeah.
fucking pumping at the same time.
Get that whoop.
Yeah. Favorite rider ever?
Favorite rider ever.
Even as kid, now?
Wakeboard. I mean, Jeff here was an idol of mine. For sure.
If we didn't get Jeff here, little air horn. There we go, baby.
We can do a Mob 5
Yeah, I mean, all you guys, of course, like the Pointless crew, like we all learned from each other, and like I wouldn't be where I was at if we hadn't all been together.
All right, this one's not even written down, but whose section did you like the most in Pointless?
Tough one.
There was some good one. There was like I really liked Danny's, really liked Parks's.
Rex was my favorite music, and it was just super flowy.
Yeah,
Thanks, Shady. Thank you.
What about you, Ruck? Whose was your favorite? Because we all worked on it, we were all part of it, and there was these things where it was like you really like you could see somebody else's section being built, and you're like, man, not that I'm changing mine, but I really like the way that's looking right now. Like,
I'm gonna go with there wasn't a bad one.
there wasn't a bad one. That's a fact. That's a
bad
fact.
one. There are so many good ones. I mean, you know, PBs for just straight like at the time, just banger.
Hammer time.
Chad, the beginning of yours
With the hockey intro.
the hockey intro going
So good.
straight into Livewire, the energy that it carried.
So
And
good.
at the very end of it, where it's just like because I'm alive.
Yeah, no, I watched it just a little bit ago, and Chad's like, because okay, so if you
That
haven't
one
seen
spot where it
it,
speeds up and he goes like, oh,
Jesus,
I keep punching shit.
no, so Chad's intro starts with him at what? How old do you think you were when you were playing hockey in this? What's going on?
That would have been Pee Wee. So
10, 12?
And the young
12,
goalie,
maybe
Chad
12.
Sharpe, played a sharp
Sharp.
first
That's
period.
the ending, though.
played it
No,
sharp.
that's the ending. The intro is, well, Shad, how do you think this went? You know, it was a tough first quarter or what, first third, you know,
Period.
and then you got in there and out of nowhere, it's just bang, bang, bang. And then that's how it starts is when he says bang, 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 you just see these crashes and then it just goes into live wire, which is like, almost like 30 seconds of just you eating shit of just like bang, 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 bang. And then it just cranks up and
Good
just goes.
Silverado. Pull
It's
out.
so good.
Oh yeah, it was the Silverado.
Yeah,
it
the
wasn't even the
Silverado.
Dodge yet.
Yeah, when you pull up and you go like this.
Yeah, the point.
Just, yeah. But that really reminds me of, I mean, I know we've talked about this a million times, but the energy in the editing room, like, and that time period was fucking amazing.
Camaraderie was awesome. Like,
I
mean,
love
really-
that there was moments where you were like, there different people would be like, I don't want to show that shot's definitely not going next. And everybody in the room would be like, oh, that shot's going next. That's awesome. And you're like, no, oh, seriously? And they're like, yep, that shot's next. On to the next one. And you're like, I want this. And you're like, that's good. And then, yeah, you'd get to a point and be like, oh, damn it. And everybody's like, nope, we're rolling with it. That's good.
You remember we used to drive out there like almost every day, and it would take 40 minutes to get to Winter Haven.
Yeah.
Not 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Chad,
You
can we
boys
talk
can-
about like when you were living at I think you were staying at the little house, my house down in Lake Alfred, and you had to sign. I don't think you were living with me, but you were staying with me. And Chad,
great story.
this is Chad. You had a meeting with Paul O'Brien, Herb
Yeah.
at OWC
To sign my first contract.
your first contract with Hyperlight. And you were staying with me down in Lake Alfred, and OWC is 45 minutes by car
On the freeway.
on a freeway. And you had to meet him there at like 10 in the morning or something, right?
Yes, sir.
And you had no idea.
Well, everyone had already left. You guys stayed in town. Somehow I made it back to the little house. And
But we had a little Vespa. My roommate,
Yep.
Pukey Pete's.
Pukey Pete.
Pukey Pete's.
A little
Coleman.
scooter.
I took
Pete Coleman, yeah.
441 and every
1792 all the way up.
1792 and 27 and
So Chad took this Vespa up, like, dude, through roads.
Probably
on the-
2.5 hours,
2.5
3 hours.
yeah, 2.5, 3 hours.
To OWC.
to meet Herb O'Brien to sign
sign
your
his
first contract.
contract
at like 17 or 18 years old, probably.
And then literally probably had to turn around and drive home.
No, there's more to that story. Herb flew out early. He wasn't there.
no. So you didn't sign it, or you
No,
did sign it?
no, Herb and Paul caught an early flight. And
So you got all the way up there that day.
yeah. So then I talked to them like hours later, like, oh shit, so sorry.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you didn't even have to do that. And you still signed with them later on, but
no.
you didn't have to make that meeting.
I ended up staying at OWC all day and riding, and then you boys showed up later, and I think we loaded the Vespa.
I
back
think we
in-
did. I
back
think
up
that
in your
was- that
car, and
checks
I
out.
rode back out with you guys.
Oh, that's so
That's-
funny.
I'm glad we
I almost
remember
forgot
that.
about that. Now that as soon as you started to mention it, I was like, oh yeah, the Vespa ride, like 2 or 3 hours all the way up to OW is so wild.
And I was riding ditches most of the way because it was not legal.
Yeah, that's definitely not legal.
That was that same one that Kenny missed the finals.
Yep.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
same weekend.
Man, that's crazy. That's a wild weekend.
That scooter actually freaking tore ass though. Remember we used to do time trials on that thing on the track?
It was bulletproof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Worst crash? Worst crash you've ever had?
Do you remember the quarter pipe one where my board went underneath
The
yeah,
blue
the
quarter pipe?
and I separated my shoulder?
Yeah.
That one was pretty painful.
So you hit
It was the quarter pipe at the projects, right?
Yeah, remember I whipped in way too fast. Like
It was
I
like
remember
the first prototype blue.
the blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
right. So it wasn't the one Tim Payne make the first one that
No,
we ever hit where
no.
Randall broke his wrist.
No, it was
No.
it was almost, it wasn't unit, and probably wasn't unit
Yeah, I
at the
think
time,
it
but it
might
was
have
like
early
but
unit.
it was them early unit days.
But instead of them building them like this, they built it like this. So I came in and my board went underneath that, and I remember you even saying, I remember you saying this clearly, going, "What would have happened if you had actually taken off with that speed?"
That's
what I'm saying,
Like
dude, for
8
as
to
bad as
12
it-
foot like air, just like straight up.
Like Travis says, dude, for how bad that went, it might have went really well,
Yeah.
dude. Like, we don't know what would have happened if you didn't like
I was-
nose pick that thing.
That was 6 to 8 weeks. You know, I was back afterwards, but
Yeah, that one was. I do remember that.
yeah, that was just a, I don't know, let's say 35 mile an hour to 0.
Didn't a little after that, didn't Rossiter catch that same thing?
I think you're right.
I think. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
What number am I thinking of?
Is there a range?
Not really.
69.
No.
I'm just kidding. No.
No, no.
Is that
it's
right?
not.
We'll give you.
I'll give you
we'll
another.
give
I'll
you-
give you another one. I'll give you another go.
12.
Nope. Ruck.
73.
Nope.
Ooh, I thought that was good. I thought that was a good guess.
One concert you've never got to go to, but you want to. Like even like a past Beatles, like something, any concert.
I'd say an actual Blink 182 concert.
I like that.
I've been to each of them separately when it was Angels and Airwaves and they were playing, but I've never been to an actual one where the three of them are together.
I like that. I mean, if they played Cheshire Cat and Dude Ranch all the way
Oh,
through,
yeah.
that's all I would
Yeah.
want. But yeah.
I've seen it.
You've seen Blink-182?
Original Blink, they opened up with Cheshire Cat.
Of course you have.
I'm sorry.
I have two. We went.
I'm sorry.
We went. I have seen them live. We went to that at the tour stop with Chase and Staker and all those guys when they.
You said a concert that you actually have already been to.
This
That's
was
got to go.
this was
though.
I was like 17 or 18 years old. They opened for Unwritten Law.
Oh, see, Unwritten Law would be a sick one.
See,
though,
that's
too.
a crazy thing. They opened up for Unwritten Law.
That's mind blowing.
And then we were all standing out front, and one of the guys from Unwritten Law was out smoking a cigarette or something, and he's like, "Hey, you guys coming into the show?" And we're like, "No, dude, you guys are sold out. We can't get it. This is like at a bar." And he's like, "But you guys are here for that wakeboard thing, right?" He's like, "No, come with me." Just walked us in the back. We got to watch the whole Blink 182 Unwritten Law show.
That wasn't the wakeboard thing where.
It's like North Carolina or
Oh
something.
yeah,
like
no,
that.
I wasn't at that. No.
It's all right. Forget it. We call it.
So I kind of blew that question.
One big beautiful blur here.
Yeah.
Chad is what we like to say on the Bonifay Banter.
But I believe it. I believe it.
I like he said the concert. He was like, oh wait,
Do you want to pick another one since you actually have been to
Yeah,
that
since
concert?
you actually were at.
All right. Darn.
Elton John?
Elton John, that'd be pretty good. Stones.
go.
Stones would be
Stones
good.
Prime.
Good call.
Yeah.
Great
Stones
call.
Prime.
Great answer.
Nice.
Is Canadian bacon even really bacon?
It's a form of it. It's like off the pig, but
That's
it's
incorrect,
definitely
but-
not bacon.
No. Where do you start when you go to Epcot and you start drinking around the world?
Great question.
What country do you start in?
Majority of the time, Canada.
Well, that makes sense.
Is there a reason?
Yeah. So like a lot of places you just get like the sample size beer or the sample size drink, and Canada's got a cart that's got like this smoky bacon popcorn, and they have full size moose heads.
So if you don't know, at Epcot, they have all the countries built around this little lake, and they're just spots and stores and restaurants for
They're
each
countries.
country. But each
highlight-
country, and
all
you
the way
can
around
go
the lake.
around. Like there's
And they call it drinking around the world.
It's drinking around the world, but it's always, where do you start? Do you want to start? Because I think the plan is to start in Mexico, or like so you can get your tequila out of the way. You start with a margarita and then you get a little buzzed and then you can roll through everything. But some people are like, I want to end with the margarita and the buzz.
So we, with the kids in school and all that stuff, we go a little later usually now, like either after school or whatever. And it's so funny to either walk, doesn't matter which way you go, whether you start in Canada or start in Mexico, you can tell who's starting and who's finishing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Because
They need like Disney daycare on that thing, dude. Drop
They
them
do
off
need to.
and then pick them up, get an Uber. Is that frowned upon? Some states.
What about you, Ruck? Where do you start?
I mean, to be honest, depending on what time of day it is,
temperature?
I do like going the Canada route first sometimes because I like going after Canada is England, and I like going to the British pub
During the day?
early before it's super slammed. Because if you go there late, it's a fucking shit house.
and sloppy.
Yeah, it's super sloppy.
But that's what I like. I like that.
I like you guys are so
But
familiar
now
with this.
now they regulate it, so it's hard to get in. So I like going when you can actually get in and enjoy it and drink a pint in there and
yeah, for sure.
and enjoy it.
I mean, you don't gotta tempt me with a good, Guinness. I'm always
I
there.
actually got in trouble at Disney the other day.
I always get a
Oh, elaborate,
I always
elaborate.
get a Smittix
Yes.
there.
We'll pause this. Elaborate
Um,
if you can. If you can.
No, I fully can. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just something that happened. We were going. We're going to Magic Kingdom, like the main park, and my wife and kids were already there. I got off work, so I was meeting them after work. Went and parked. You know, you like park like a mile away. I got all the way to the gate, and like right before I went to go through security, I'm like, oh man, I got my pocket knife in my in my pocket.
Oh, no.
I hadn't gone through security, so I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll run it back to the car. So I got like a little ways back to the car, and there was this palm tree. So I just stuck the knife down in the ground,
Right there at the base of the palm tree. That's a genius move.
buried it. I've done it at the OIA before, like those big planters, like
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that.
yeah,
no,
it seems
pick it up
rational.
at the end of your trip. You know,
But the Mickey Mouse got eyes on you.
I guess so. So I walk up to the monorail. As the door's closing, they knock the doors open, and this lady's like, "Hey, can you step off the monorail?" I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" They're like, "Did you stick a pocket knife in a palm tree up there?" I go, "Yeah." They go, "Well, we
know.
we know, but we care for the safety of our guests." I go, "That's why I would never even try and bring it through the gate. I'm really sorry I did. The car was just so far away. Thought it was buried." She's like, "That's fine. Do you mind if we confiscate it?" Yep, no problem. She's like, "All right, have a good day." I'm like, "You're not gonna take my pass or anything?" She's like, "No, you were honest with us. Have a good day."
Yeah, that's good.
That's a house of mouse, baby. That's what they do there.
House of the Mouse.
So you know what you got it, don't they? Or is that just airports? Because don't they do like airports? I watched this thing where the airports take all the stuff they compensate at
And then they put it
at
up
security,
on eBay.
and then they sell it all like super cheap, and they make a shit ton of money doing.
Yeah,
this.
that makes sense. That's actually genius.
What
What,
if
are you
Di-
going
what
to
if
do?
Disney-
They make a bunch of money, but people go and do this, and they buy all kinds of crazy shit for super cheap,
Yeah.
and then they sell that. I
What if
watched
Disney?
the whole thing
What
on
if
it.
Disney was behind all the thrift stores and outside of like Disney and the thrift stores around there was just like all leftover, kind of like
You just didn't know.
Disney actually has a,
see
like
a bunch of
secondhand
Brazilian
Disney
shirts, like, or
store.
something.
Have you guys ever been to the Walmart on Turkey Lake?
Oh yeah,
The one that runs right down I-4.
that's actually the nicest Walmart around.
It is, but it is the whole first 2/3 of the store is every theme park merchandise you can ever ask for.
Oh yeah, it probably goes there when all those other stores like can't sell it and they get new merch and they're like, give it to the
Shane, is this still rapid fire?
This is still
let's
rapid
go.
fire.
That's where we go, baby. That's the banter.
What are you cooking if you're cooking if you gotta cook for the fam?
Usually do a lot of Mexican, so like carne asada tacos, burritos. Kids love quesadillas. Of course, kids are young, so
Roast con pollo.
not quite that talented yet, but
Yeah, I like it. That's good.
You would.
I wouldn't have
roasted
guessed.
potatoes all
I
the
wouldn't have
time.
guessed that Chad's like cooking
best.
up.
That was Chetty's go-to at LT's.
True.
or carne con pollo too. The
The creamy
steak creamy, yeah.
How many Jim Lariches and Adam Arringtons would it take to beat you up?
I know I suplexed the shit out of those guys.
Yeah, but there's got to be an over and under number, like 4 Adams, 4 Jimmys. They come in. What are you doing?
I don't know. Nowadays, probably one, but
Let's say in your prime, in a good moment,
In your prime when Jimmy and Adam were Groms.
2 of each.
2 of each. You could take 2 of each.
I was gonna
I would
say-
say 4 of each.
I think 3.
I was gonna say like maybe like
No,
4 Jimmys and like 6 Adams.
Well, yeah, you definitely got. You could definitely take more Adams than you could Jimmy's. But I think in his prime, if he was heated and he was ready to go, I don't think those guys bring anything to the table. He's taking out 4 or 5 of them really fast, like really
Chad's got
fast.
heavy hands,
You guys
dude.
are talking,
Heavy
you guys are
hands.
talking about an army of Jimmy and Adam.
And I know this because I've seen a lot of Chad fights, but like Chad, like it was always nice to like when we were out to where like if anything went like was getting sketchy or just get down, Chad was always
Chad-
sitting there.
you'd
And
get
Chad,
Chad
Chad
eyes.
was never in the pocket like arguing. He's like standing 3 feet away,
Just waiting.
and he's just like
Just let it
let
go.
it,
Let's see what
let
happens.
it happen.
All right, this one's not even written down. But
You had our back, dude. You're kind of
did.
our enforcer.
I
You know,
did.
we were,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
family, man.
You were the pointless enforcer.
And really, out of our whole crew, there's no
dude.
one really with any
If Chad-
fighting skills at all. Out
If
of like,
Chad was around, I felt way more relaxed to do whatever the fuck. Like I would cause a little antics, knowing that if somebody was about to fucking pop off, like shit would go down and we would have Chad on it. That being said, if you were to pick a wakeboarder to be on your side in a fight, who do you think it would be? The obvious one is Rusty, but minus Rusty. Let's go minus Rusty. Who you picking?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
See, I have an answer.
What
and
wakeboarders are
it's
fighters?
it's unorthodox, but I think it's Andrew Atkins.
You know what's so funny? I just
Yeah,
think
go
of
Derek
that because
Sparrow.
I've actually seen him.
Andrew Atkins has a switch that if it flips, you're fucked.
I've seen
You've
it.
seen him fight.
Yeah.
Saw him and Dishman fight in costumes.
no one's picking Darren Shapiro. He's like 10 times
He's too small.
jujitsu.
But now he's jiu-jitsu, and then in his prime,
Oh,
it
we're
was
talking
just,
about
yeah,
the prime.
yeah. We're
I'd
talking
still
about.
Do you remember that?
It still would.
There was that Halloween. I think it was like whether they call it a Sky Bar at that point, and everyone went as sports athletes.
Mm-hmm.
That Andrew bought a bunch of my hockey gear, and it came back tattered because him and Dishman got into a sports fight.
That's pretty good.
I don't know who
Maybe
won.
Frank.
Oh, Francois?
Francois was ready to throw down.
Well, he would
all
have
the
a knife on
time.
him. He would
Yeah.
have a knife on him, and then you're almost.
That's what you wanted. You wanted Francois
yeah.
on the chat.
Yeah. Wes would be a good one.
Oh, yeah, Wes
you would be a
Briscoe,
good
yeah.
one.
I think Balzer would be a good one.
Balzer would throw down. How many tries would it take you to barefoot?
One.
You think you could just first go step off?
I've seen
What do you
Chad
do?
foot.
Yeah.
I know
seen
Chad
Chad
can foot, but it's been a while.
I made
One.
I made it through rounds of feet on fire.
I know. I'm not knocking that. I was just wondering if you thought maybe it might take you 2 or 3 times.
I think I could
Bad
step off
question.
first.
One.
I think I could. Step off.
I think even footing for me, I think I'm going down the first. Like,
No.
On your first
On
time.
a good, maybe good calm water at up to speed. I tried to. Never mind. We won't get into it. Who's winning the Pro Tour this year? Moss. I would love Moss to win the Pro Tour this year. Biggest inspiration.
Sorry, go ahead.
Biggest inspiration of all time.
All time. Terry Fox,
Terry Fox.
Canadian hero.
Okay. Well, then that almost goes into.
Yeah, lumberjacker. What's he?
I like that off the wall pick there.
I didn't.
No, it's good.
No, it's not off
most
the wall,
people
but
go
it's,
with your own
it's,
sport.
it's not a wakeboarder. It's not a surfer. It's not.
He's
It's
a-
not an industry
A
guy.
national day in Canada. Every year we'd watch the Terry Fox videos.
I thought you said like Tim Hortons.
He was a hockey player.
Tim Horton was a hockey player?
Yeah.
I can't even read this next question.
No, but I know he makes a shitty cup of coffee.
Hey.
He makes a shitty cup of coffee. This one,
Singer.
and that your last answer can be part of this answer, but it's 3 Canadians you get to invite to dinner. Who are they?
3 Canadians. Jeff here.
Dez.
That Des would be
Yeah,
good.
Des.
I haven't talked to Des in a minute. I don't know who would be the third.
Devin Walsh.
That'd be cool. Hey, he just restarted Shorty's.
I did see that.
I don't know if he bought it but he's definitely
He's been
manning the ship.
they've been Shorty's has been popping up on my feed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Third one, let's go Balzer.
Oh, Balzer's a great entertaining night guest. Yeah, he's good.
Balls.
What's something you can't get here that you miss from Canada?
I guess proper poutine.
Proper poutine. Yeah.
We talked about poutine earlier.
No, it makes sense though. What you got? Did you got one? You have one?
Wonder Bar was my favorite
Wonder
thing.
Bar?
That was actually like favorite Canadian candy. Every time I went to like Canada,
Caesar's.
Dude.
Mine's Caesar's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's just
I
cool.
know you're
Oh,
big.
just
You,
right.
you
it's
can
just
make your
come out.
own Caesars, but they're not at restaurants. And a good Canadian
Yeah.
Caesar is beautiful because it's like a Bloody Mary, but a little bit thinner.
I might redact my answer and go
Yeah,
with the Caesar.
dude, I love a Caesar, dude. Yeah. Favorite song you ever rode to?
Definitely wasn't Safety Dance.
That's funny.
I think just because of the hype we were just talking about, probably Livewire.
Livewire was
Yeah.
a great
That
one.
was
I mean, that was all time.
that was
Yeah.
pretty.
What about you, Ruck? What's your favorite song you ever rode to?
I mean, if you no, if you were talking no copyrights,
We're talking.
okay, I got two. Hey, what can I do? And Incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably
Your song in Welcome, I really loved.
that's what I was gonna say.
I forget what it is right now.
It's Jimi Hendrix, not Hey
Funky
Joe.
Town.
No, Funky,
Funky
Town.
Town was a good
That was
one.
really good, and that was that in Counterfeit This.
I think so.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, Funky Town.
I want you to take me to.
Oh, little
Funky Town. Dude, that
back
one
to-
actually
back
is
to
what I
Welcome,
was thinking.
Back to Welcome, Little Wayne,
You rode to Lil Wayne?
not Little Wayne.
I was gonna say Little Wing. Okay.
Jimi Hendrix, Little Wing.
So you rode to Lil Wayne. No, I'm just joking. Lil Wayne. Let's go with best person you traveled with.
I mean,
We all got to travel a lot together.
it was kind of the crew when we were all together. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes 5 to a room, sometimes
Yeah.
maybe more.
It's true.
Bunk 'em up.
And then last one, here we go. It's what character would you be from any movie? Like you get to play that person for the rest of your life. Like where are you going?
Damn.
Stumped.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Mine's I like to say Tyler Durden, but it's not like you
okay.
would you get to. I don't want to be that, but I think it would be crazy.
What's
to
that?
be that?
What I don't remember. Limitless.
Limitless would be a good one.
um,
Limitless is a really good answer. It's Bradley Cooper. I don't remember the character's name.
Where he
I think
just
it's Bradley
keeps
Cooper.
opening his mind and
Yeah, taking the pills and
Yeah.
then you.
That movie is crazy.
Yeah, Limitless was a good one. Guy from Limitless. I like it. All right, that's my rapid fires. There you go.
Thanks,
Nice.
Shane.
There was nothing rapid about that fire.
No, there's sometimes not. Sometimes, but
It got cut off because
you don't
It-
like it. You don't like my
it went-
cartoon?
no, the whole thing went too long. We got
Yeah,
it's it.
it's more of a 6-piece shooter or a musket at that point. It's not so rapid.
Well, we do have some
You got the
trivia.
musket.
We still do have some trivia to play. We don't got to get. I guess we. I mean, should we just wrap her up?
It's a good one.
Give
Good
the
long one.
people what they want.
Yeah.
Chad
You get the-
Sharpe.
We got Chad Sharpe in here. I feel like we can't wrap this up in here. Who knows when
No.
we can get him back? Even though he lives right down the street, he's pretty damn elusive.
People love it.
I mean, one of the things I have written down is it was every time Chad rode, he always started off with a toe 7, and like pretty much every
That was your practice.
is your warm up trick.
Yeah.
and if you fell, then like it almost like set the tone for the rest of your set. Like if you fell on the 7, then the wake was like wrong or something was up and the board or something you're like, I remember testing a board, having like one of my first like park shapes with like hyperlight, and Chad and Paul was like, I want everyone to ride it. Danny ride it, you ride it, Chad ride it, everyone ride it. And I was like, all right. And Chad gets on it, he like carves, does a little carve in the wake, and he cuts out on his heels. I was like, motherfucker, here we go. Chad doing toe 7 on my prototype, and I want him to. I loved it, so I wanted everyone to sign off of it. And then Chad just comes in. I know he's going to do a toe 7, and I want him to land it so bad. and he lands it, and I was like, yeah. And then he gets in the boat. PB, I like the sport.
Dude, I remember on one of your boards when you started going to like the heavy like 3-stage.
Yep.
I did same thing testing your board. I did a Pete, and I had never done a Pete 5 before, but it had booted me so hard, I like fell out of it and like passed the handle and like stuck.
It was on Hiawassee, right?
Yeah, on Hiawassee.
I remember that.
And like I'm like, whoa, never done that trick before.
Off the wake, right? Yeah. I remember that.
That's good. I don't think I ever did P5 off the wake.
It wasn't intentional. It was it was us falling out of the sky and just did an extra.
What, Jimmy P5?
Maybe 4.
The best stuff's unintentional.
It really is.
Chad, you think you've done the biggest double up ever?
I don't know.
I know it's a tough question. You can argue it, but like if you see the video of this double up, and then you see anything that Steele's done, Rusty's done, Randall's method was really, that one method he did was really fucking big.
Yeah.
So there are. I'm saying it's arguable.
It's easily arguable to the biggest.
It's in the conversation.
I've said it is the biggest. I think it is. Like I think.
Well,
I think the angle of attack that you were doing, and like you were just cutting so hard, and then doing the glide too. Like you really like.
But
and
he
holds
frame by frame.
He holds peak
holds
for
up.
so long. He's up at the top
before the pull comes again,
and he hangs up there for like 4 or 5 frames. Like it doesn't go up and down. Like
I tried to emulate that on multiple double or nothings after that, and the wakes had gotten so big they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think like at that time, the way the wakes shaped up, you were able to cut into a double up like that, and then they just started getting so big, like you can't just.
Yeah.
You couldn't goose it as hard into it.
Well, I just think like the physics of like the way that you attacked it, riding the ridge, like kind of like that you, like, and honestly, maybe it was just a magical, like you said, you tried to do that and emulate that thing many times after to try to take down a whole bunch of double and difference, and you were never able to connect like that. That was just an anomaly of variables that like that happened right there. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I feel like that's bigger. Unless you're taking like that kind of Chad angle and landing that far out in the flats and really using the centripetal force of the rope to kind of like send you out. That's why I think like even doing the biggest triple ups that I've done, like with XRs and Rusty and Steel and kinking them up, when you're only going wake to wake, riding the transition as steep and as hard as you can go, if you're not taking an angle of attack, you're not going to get that second kind of pull.
The second pull.
You can go super high. They may have went higher or just as high, but the hang time's not like as big as yours.
I'll never forget the one photo of Ike standing up on the front of the boat.
Yeah,
he actually got one of the better shots of that.
Dude, I mean it's wild because I mean it's a big one, and it just is. You can see from when especially like that distant shot of the boat, you blasting and like how small everything is, and it's.
Make sure you put this up, Shane.
I will. We got it. It's going up.
What happened?
No, I won't.
Let's hear what y'all think out there. If you're watching this and you think
that's the biggest,
if you think this is the biggest, or
I
if
mean,
you don't think, let us know.
I think it's all within the argument. It's tough to really judge who went the biggest ever, but it's definitely in the top, like that top 3, top 5 of arguments of because Randall's were so big, and it's like
he like you said, he had that. The length and
he has that pull.
He's using the variables
because there's 2 pulls. Yeah. There's 2 pulls. When you're at the bottom of the wake and you launch off of it, there's that pull, and then if you can get and stay tensioned up to the top, then there's another pull, and then you drop out of all of that. And if you can make that landing,
That's what I'm saying.
is
Like
the-
you're,
where it's
you're
like-
using every part of when when a clock swings, like that centripetal force, like you're using a part here.
The pendulum
and then
effect.
you're also using another.
But that's the only time the flats work on those. Because if you just do the up and down and go flat, you're falling off the sky. But if you get that second pull, then you're carrying speed and you're actually like dropping down.
I guess not really centripetal force. That's like more spinning weight going. But it's the same.
It's
It's
the same
thing.
idea.
But the faster you're going like away and using that torque, like you're going to get like a. This is the way ski jumpers really fly, like and really go. Like you can see it on them. Like they're using a big part of their pull at the bottom of the wake to get to the jump, and then when they get to the jump, they're pushing, and then off the jump, they get a whole nother pull.
Oh, yeah.
So they're hitting like two parts of that pendulum.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pendulum effect.
I think it's the
pendulum effect.
pendulum.
Yeah, and it sucks to land in the flat without that.
Yeah.
True.
Like otherwise you're just dropping.
Well, good. I'm glad we talked about a little double or nothing.
Yeah.
Chad's double up.
Chad's big. Because if there's anything that anybody knows about Chad, it's two things. One, he's willing to hit the rail first. Second is he goes fucking big.
You're a loose ass cannon, Chad. I love you, dude.
Ah, dude, it's been a pleasure.
You ain't done yet. We're going to do a little trivia right now. We're going to get into this. We'll make it quick because not too quick,
But we do have some prizes.
but we do got some prizes on the line right here. We got a $10 scratch off, 100 times cash, went up to $2 million, and I've had a couple of these. These things are hitting right now.
They're
so
hitting.
this is
They're
hot.
hot.
This is
It's a hot
pretty much
scratchy.
as good as a win right here.
You hit them?
What's that?
You've been hitting them?
Yeah, actually, this is one that I got earlier with this one. And this one already says I've won 10 times the amount, but I haven't scratched the amount yet. I was going to do the reveal on the.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got
So-
100 scratched.
So
100 times
winner
the other night.
actually gets to
Won
pick. Do
200
they want a
bucks.
blank card or do they want a winner? But you don't know what the winner is. But you do know it's 100 times. That one's not up for grabs.
This is not up for grabs.
Pete says that's not up for grabs.
This is not up for
That
grabs.
might be retirement right there.
Parks
That's what
is
I'm
just
saying.
living
I'm
in
living
this
in-
hopium,
Living
man.
in a hopium.
It's bullshit. That should be up for grabs. It's part of the. It's for the guests, dude. It's for the listeners.
I was going to scratch it live.
Okay, you can do that, but Banter gets 20%, meaning
If I hit a big,
yeah.
if it's over 1,000.
All right.
Okay.
Could be a lucky guess too, so maybe the guess.
All right, Chad. This is called closest to the pin. Yeah, we're not asking for you to name Abraham Lincoln's kid or something. Like with this, is going to be like it's hard to hit this. Like it's how tall is the Empire State Building? It's like-
Abraham Lincoln didn't have any kids.
that's interesting. Really, is that true?
Yes, it's 100% true.
How'd you know that?
Well, because I know history.
Well, I know history too, but I didn't know that Abraham Lincoln didn't have
Well,
any
it
damn
seems
kids.
like Ruck might have a leg up on us if there's any history questions. in
I hope
there.
there's a little history.
I think Ruck already hit a hole in one.
Damn, kind of burned me with your tone, that monotone too. You just dropped it on.
Sorry.
That was worse.
All right.
All right. Well, let's start off with Ruck,
Yeah.
since he
Ruck's
seems to
got
know.
some- knows his
Ruck,
shit.
question.
And then we can actually prices right them. If we're like, oh yeah, they're not anywhere close, we can just guess 1 year higher or
Sounds
one
good.
pound.
So these are
heavier.
probably going to be shout out Paige. She's the one who did these for us. And they're about. I told her Chad loves Disney World. Chad loves Epcot. Chad loves Canada.
My kids love going to Disney World.
You don't. You're on the fence.
I go a lot.
Fair enough.
No, I actually do like it. Epcot's a blast.
All right, here we go.
Happiest place in the world.
Question number 1. Erik Ruck. How many panels cover the spaceship Earth in Epcot? How many panels cover spaceship Earth in Epcot?
Are we talking about the actual orb that the spaceship
think-
Earth is in?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Shit, I've actually heard that question be asked before, but I honestly don't know that number, but I'm going to guess at... Shane?
I don't know.
I'm going to guess... Let's see, they're pretty big.
There's a lot of them, and there's 3 per little dome.
Oh, so is it the 3 per little dome, or is it the
I
whole
think it's
cube?
How many
3 per
pounds?
section.
I'm going to say 5,000.
I think that's not bad guess.
I'm gonna say 1,200.
I'm gonna go wild with it. 20,000.
20,000.
I'm gonna say 3,500.
3,500.
Everybody
Five.
remember your numbers.
1,200. Everyone remember. Ladies and gentlemen, 11,324.
Chad.
Chad takes
Chad
it
went wild
down.
with the 12,000.
Damn.
Chad on the board.
See, Chad, you know your Disney shit.
I don't think I've ever been on that ride.
Well, it's just that
It's the orb.
Epcot-
It's not the ride.
like
It's,
the
it's,
Epcot
it's the
thing.
Epcot ball.
Oh, the ball. I had no idea what we were talking about.
He's winning and he doesn't even know. Okay.
I thought we were talking panels on a spaceship inside that.
No. Oh,
right.
that's funny.
All right, I'm first to guess on this one. Let's go. How many miles is the USA and Canada border? How many miles
Oh,
is the
shit,
USA
son.
and Canada border?
Who's up?
I'm guessing first. I'm gonna say 21.
Don't forget about Alaska.
That's a
Oh,
good
why'd
point,
you
Chad.
burn him? You just burned yourself there.
But does that really?
Yeah.
Because it would count for
damn.
sure.
Count. That's a good point, Jen.
And Hawaii.
And Hawaii.
Wait, what?
Oh, what?
Hawaii.
I'm gonna say 2,700.
I think it's more.
7,200.
5,000. No, it's with Canada. 9,000. 9,000.
Yeah, I think-
2,700, 7,200,
I wish I went higher.
9,000.
9,000,
I'm gonna go 7,300.
7,300. Damn, he kind of priced us right at Chad on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, 52 or 5,525.
I'm out.
Who's
I'm out.
What did
I
I
went
did? I did
9,000.
27. I'm within.
I did 7,300.
So yeah, it's,
I think Ruck got it that one.
Ruck's above me.
Oh,
On
that's,
7,200.
I think Chad got it
Damn.
again.
Did Chad get me on this one?
Yeah.
72.
He's like 2,000 off your like 3, I think. What'd you say?
2,700.
And it was
5,525.
you're 23 off Chad's. I think y'all are pretty close. I don't know. I need a calculator to figure that out.
Do we got to get a calculator and skip it for a little bit?
We'll leave that one on the table.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out. If it comes down to it, I'll do the math.
All right, fair enough.
And by any chance, earlier when you asked me what number were you thinking of, did I say 73 and then I just said 7,300?
I think you're stuck on a 73 kick right now.
Interesting.
Interesting. Patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Chad,
All right,
you're next to guess.
let's go.
How many Stanley Cups have the Canadian teams won in total in all franchises combined? Shout out, Paige. Great questions tonight.
Oh.
How many Stanley Cups have
These
the
are
Canadian teams won?
Canucks have never won one.
Hey, we don't need a breakdown of the synopsis of
I'm
the whole
just doing a
fucking
quick
thing right
run
now.
out. 17.
17, interesting.
22.
17, 22.
How long's the
17?
Stanley Cup been out?
Long time.
Okay, 17,
I'm probably
22.
That's a good question, too.
You said 22?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 15.
I hope I can get this. I think it's a lot more. What was the highest one? 32?
22.
22? I'm going to say 30.
I think 30 is probably closer.
22 is the highest next to me.
I think it's been for a long
All right, here we go. 50, 51.
Yeah, that's you.
There we go.
51.
Stanley Cup's
It's
pretty
been
old.
around
Yeah,
for
it's
a
been
long
while.
time. That's the thing is I
this
was
is in
like,
the modern
America
football
probably
era.
doesn't want
Yeah.
it that, like, you know what I mean? It's basically just between America and
Yeah, at that point, it was like
Was there a
mostly
time
Maple
when
Leafs
it
and
was
Canadians.
just only Canadian?
Probably.
No, probably not.
How do you feel about the Americans winning the Canadian
Dude, that was
Olympics?
that was a great game. I loved it.
Do you think they're bummed that they didn't become the 51st state and then they could have won a gold medal?
I don't know. They
I'm just
they had a lot of they had a lot of chances. It was a good game.
To Because all right, who's first up?
I'm up now.
Shane, you're back up to the
I'm
top
in.
of the list
I'm in.
right now.
I'm in the box.
All right, we got 2 more questions left. See if you can wrap this up. This one will be determined. What year was Crown Royal first introduced? A
Oh,
Canadian
wow.
whiskey. Way to diverse it up. Chad, what year was Crown Royal first
No, it's me.
introduced?
I'm first.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna say 1910.
Nice. I'm gonna say 1932.
Okay. I'm gonna go after Prohibition. I'm gonna say 1924.
1912.
I think I just did middle of Prohibition.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Maybe they started in the middle of Prohibition. I'm sticking to it.
I don't think Canada had prohibition.
Probably right.
Probably right there. 1910. Tell me it's 1910, isn't it?
1939.
1932, baby.
1932, baby. Ruck taking it down right now. Ruck, you're on the board.
That's crazy.
Ruck, you're first to
What's
guess on
crazy
this
about
one.
that?
That Ruck won that one?
Yeah, he doesn't even drink whiskey.
Ruck drinks some Browntown.
I'll do a
Ruck will
Woodford.
go to Browntown.
Do a Woodford. That's what's in the bottle back there. If you want a Woodford, buddy.
I've
No,
seen
I'm
Ruck
good
go to
right now.
Browntown.
Yeah, like here and there. It's it's when it's right.
All right, last one. See if I can get on the board.
Shane, you ain't getting
I
on
can
the board.
actually win this right now if I go on the head.
Well, I could take it down right now. Get a $10 scratch off. Let's go. Ruck. How many miles? How many miles are in a kilometer?
Shit, I don't know conversion.
Yeah, how many?
This
how
is
many?
this is
how
a
many
Chad,
kilometers?
Chad should know that.
No, I mean you could say it will
It's
be.
vi- it's vice
less.
versa, right?
No, but it's
How many-
less.
how
It would
would have
be
to be the
point.
other way.
No, but it will be point something.
How many kilometers are in a mile?
It's less than it's one in something. Like
Be
it's
1
because
point something.
yeah, it would be 1 point something. But that's what they're asking. It'll be point something.
I think
Point
that's
something.
what she meant.
Yeah, I think it's
How many kilometers are in a mile?
Yeah.
no. I think it's how many miles are in a kilometer, and it's going to be 0 point something.
Okay, maybe she's right. Yeah, because I tried to.
Yeah, no,
fuck
it's going to
around.
be 0 point something,
All right,
and you got to figure
all right,
out that point
All right,
something.
all right, all right. Yeah, she's right.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna laugh at this one.
This is tough.
I know. Really putting her brains to work.
You got
So
this?
it'd be 0 point a number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just think of it as we're gonna do point is regardless, and then just whatever number up. you
Yeah.
have.
It's above 50, less than 1.
It's above 50, less than
Well,
one.
less above
Starting to back over.
above point 50 and less than 1 mile. So it's somewhere in between. It's going to be point
I got you.
70, point 80, point something.
Come on.
0.65.
It's close.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it 0.72.
I was going to say that too.
0.32.
Point 33?
0.32.
0.32. Sorry.
I'm going to say point 69.
0.69. Answer is 0.62.
Oh,
Oh, I think I got it.
I did 6.5.
Damn it. Ruck.
Damn, Ruck got that.
I think Ruck got
Yeah.
that.
It's,
Yeah.
it's because I took all that time to process it.
So he gets it, and then that doesn't matter. I guess it would matter on who one of you two that won that one to battle.
We'll add it up after the
Yeah.
podcast and
Figure
let y'all
that
know
out.
who won. Hopefully, whoever wins that thing
yeah.
becomes a.
Ruggy's got two
millionaire.
clean.
Yeah,
ones. Ruggy's got two clean ones.
I don't know, dude. Someone won this one.
I think
and
it's
we're gonna-
really. I think it's down to since it's 5-2-5. I think it's about the 2-5. I think you're actually closer, but I could be wrong. I'll do the math.
Hey, we'll do the math. Man, that's been a
It's been a good one.
good little
It's been a
episode
really
right here.
good one.
Chad.
I love getting in here together with the Pointless Boys. Having Rock always in here.
Always make it
Doing
a
it.
little more fun, Rock. Love it when you're in here.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it, fellas. Appreciate it, fellas.
And having this guy The guy that's never been on a wakeboarding podcast. First time here.
He's one time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the old Ronix.
Ronix Ruckus.
But having you on, Chad, we appreciate it so much. Love that you made it in here.
Yeah, Chad, really, man.
I appreciate being here. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Miss you, dude. Yeah, I love hanging out with you, dude, and everything you've done for the sport, dude. You're a wild child, dude, and you had the Pointlesses back through all kinds of things, and it's been a wild ride, man. And it's so fun to get in here and to chop it up for like a few hours and go through all these crazy memories and see how.
Yeah.
Hopefully, can shine a little light to this new era on what a fucking legend you are.
100%, dude.
What a legend. What the character. Like, you brought something to the table that nobody was really doing. And it's just.
It was like raw authenticity.
It's raw
authenticity.
But like 100% himself, but like something that nobody was doing. And it's so special. It's so good. You're
Often imitated, but never duplicated, my friend.
It's very flattering, boys. I love you guys. I've always looked up to all y'all, and just was so glad to be a part of it.
Thank you so much.
Well, cheers, brother.
Cheers, bro.
Get in here, man.
Quick
love
shout
y'all.
out.
Everybody that liked it, go ahead and
thank
subscribe.
you for all the Patreon questions. And if you're listening on YouTube, please subscribe. We're getting on up there. And dude, too much fucking fun, boys.
Can I give a quick shout out?
Yeah, you want to give a little shout out?
Say whatever you want.
Obviously to the boys, still with Malibu and working at Liquid Planet Marine. These guys have been great to me, giving me opportunity there, selling some boats now.
Love it.
Feel free to give me a shout. Love to talk to you. Thank you guys.
Get on down.
yeah.
Liquid Planet. Hit up Chad.
Chad's got you. He'll take care of you. Mention the podcast. He'll definitely double take care of you.
Double take care of you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank Chad. Love you, boys. Shane, Ruck, Chad. Episode 28 in the books.
Ew.